be hilarious if like the internet just cuts out right there. That would be just the best thing.
Yeah, we were talking
Yeah.
about shitting pants, and then the stream starts again.
All right. I think we are. I think that was in the
What
stream
the?
as well. I think
Oh
so.
no.
Classic.
That was brilliant. Good timing as well on that one. I think it is now live. I believe so. I am just double checking, just to make
Hi,
sure.
Mom.
It is. Hi, Mum. Yeah. Hi, Dad. Look at me.
Wait, done?
I'm doing something. I'm cool. I'm one of the cool kids. Anyways, but yeah. So welcome, guys. Timing as well. Welcome to the stream. This is, of course. Oh crap! I just realized I am on the wrong page. Firstly, just realized I am streaming the wrong page first. It's already first mistakes. Anyways, welcome everyone. This is the second, of course, community chat we're doing. The Drunken Ram. We've got only a couple guys this time. Unfortunately, a lot of people were busy on this lovely Sunday. We have Necron, Nielsa, and Rivali here with me. So say hello, guys. Don't be shy.
Hello.
Oh, there you go.
Hello.
Thank you. They're alive. They're not fake. Don't worry. So yeah, we're gonna talk about, of course, the updates. Love, hate. We're gonna do a random topic that I've selected out of the suggestions that people have given me. There's been a lot of suggestions. Thank you as well for everyone who actually gave me some. We'll probably use them for next time, or might even use them this point at the end, maybe for the opinions. But yeah, we'll talk about first, of course, the update. So we'll talk about what actually happened on last update, and I'll explain everything, roughly everything, that was the main stuff that was added in to make sure that people understand what's been changed and what hasn't maybe been changed or what's been fixed as well. So yeah, we'll go through that, and yeah, we'll go through the other stuff with these guys, and these guys will give their own opinions and all that other stuff. So yeah, we have of course on the updates, we've got the major settlement changes that we all struggled on, didn't we, guys? We all enjoyed that. So that was a bit fun. So settlements, of course, consist of now a settlement core. So instead of basically the whole settlement having its own singular whole core within everyone else that can join in, it now has its own separate core. And then you have the family halls, which can be built inside of there. And then you have to build a separate family homestead, which is like I guess you could say another separate core to what the family home, the settlement core, sorry, has. So yeah, that was a bit of a drastic change that the devs slapped on us. So it was very interesting. Do you guys, what do you guys think of that part right now of that little bit? What do you think it was a bit too much, or did you not like it?
The homestead system?
Yeah, as in no, just like, do you think it was a bit too much they slapped in, or was
Just
it
as an update in general.
just an update in general? Like,
I mean, they didn't really tell us anything about the homestead update at all or change. So
yeah,
I mean, I wish they would be more like transparent on that stuff, just
yeah,
like for planning up ahead. But
like a little hey, heads up, guys, we're doing big changes on this. Yeah, maybe something like that.
Oh.
That would be good, wouldn't it? Like a little.
Well, I think they did it on purpose because they know when they announce something ahead and then people don't like it, they're like, "Oh, what? This is shit," like then, "No, I'm not gonna play,"
Yeah,
I think they did it on purpose so people first check it out and then, you can talk about it. I still have PTSD of the Ravens, so it's slowly
yeah,
my memories coming back about them,
exactly, yeah. And that was also
before the update.
yeah, that was
the
also the
fix.
new other features that they added in, which is the dire ravens, which I also like to call the drones, because they literally strike down on you. They target onto you very quickly. If you can't outrun them, if you're not on the road especially, you will not be able to outrun them. If you're on a horse, you could definitely outrun them. But I have also seen it caught up to me on horseback whilst off-road, which basically I was just shocked how fast they were. So I feel like the speed is a bit strong there. And yeah, they also added the new deadwood tree and the deadwood planks, and I think also with that, of course, the deadwood log when you cut down the tree. So that is, of course, where the dire ravens spawn from. So those actually are the basically like a I guess you could say like a bear spawn or the wolf spawns. They are the dire raven spawns. They spawn in a tree, and then that specific tree, of course, has the ravens flying around. You kill the ravens, you cut down the tree, and then you use those logs and the planks to make bows only. So that's the only difference now. You can't make bows from regular planks. You have to make it with the deadwood planks, which is a drastic change as well for that specific weapon. So let's talk about the love and hate about that update. So what do you guys think of that? Roughly, like, what do you guys think of the whole update on that one there?
I like the homestead change, like the whole big way that they're trying to eliminate these mass bases everywhere. Even if, and yeah, some might hate me for that. I know some people don't like that update at all, but I think that's the right direction, kinda. But it needs balance. It needs there's so much that it needs. Probably there's gonna be more players coming into the playtest and stuff, and yeah.
So you like
Then
that? You
then
like
it needs
those?
to change again. It's hard, like, because this last test we had a lot of bugs as well, so it was not that enjoyable maybe. But let's see how the next times are, like the next one coming up some days. Might be
Okay.
interesting if they fixed all the stuff, and then maybe it is more enjoyable.
What
Or more
about you two?
balanced.
What about you, Neil? So what do you think of what was your loving part of that part, or your hate?
The system is definitely interesting. It lacks a few errors in execution, such as your core becoming a giant slum because you need to spam down houses. But the idea itself is a pretty good system. I think it mainly also relies on people changing the way they see Anvil, from every clan makes their own little hovel or big base, instead of what is now you make a city and everybody make the smaller separate base and you all bond together. So for a few minor changes, I think it's going to be a good system in the future.
So
I
you
totally
like that there's
forgot.
no giant slum now cramped up in just that one settlement core. You gotta have all this other land that you can use and abuse, right? So you can like put in all homesteads everywhere else and separate it from the actual settlement core. So you like that, right?
Yeah, I decently like the system. The only thing I said I don't like is that you have to fit 30 of those pretty large structures into your core, which is supposed to be a defensive region rather than a giant village in the middle of your castle.
Totally
30
agree.
what
That's
30
something I forgot.
homesteads you on
The
about?
family,
Oh,
the
the
family
family
halls.
halls. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
family
family
halls.
house.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
You're
gotta.
forced to build them, as that's kind of the weird thing about it.
Oh my god, I can't type
Yeah,
today.
and they don't look the same. It's kind of yucky looking too.
And you cannot really put anything in it or use it. It's just a structure that's there.
It's storage. If you can keep infinitely linking them all together. If each person takes one house, you have like 30x gigantic storage.
Wait, yeah, you're right. I was
Which-
thinking of the family. What is it called? Hall. The other one is the family.
Yeah, but since you have 30 of them, it's like kind of hard to organize them.
Is
It
30?
does kind of make
I thought it was like
the flag.
20ish, wasn't it? I don't know why. I'm like trying to calculate and remember the ones that I placed because I placed all of them down. It's like 4, and then it was
15
like
for tier 2 and 30 for tier 3. But in our town hall magically disappeared due to a bug, which is really nice.
Great
I
stuff,
noticed they dropped the player requirements from tier 1 was 5, as they did say. Tier 2 was 15, and tier 3 was 30 players. I didn't see any remarks on the homestead counts.
I feel like it was
Yeah,
20.
on the family halls.
I feel like it was 20. I don't know why. My family hall count, I feel like it was 20 family halls you needed, if I remember.
I think it was 20 people.
20 people? Oh, maybe it was 20
I don't
people.
know. I
Then
don't
maybe
remember.
I don't remember then either.
30 people for tier 2
Yeah,
and 60 for
anyway.
tier 3 in the beginning.
Tier 2's, yeah, so it's Beef Duck is written here, 15 tier 2, 30 for tier 3. Yeah. Alright, so maybe it is 30 family halls. Damn, that was crazy. I don't remember placing that many down. I feel like I placed less. Maybe it bugged out as well for us because I did have a point where I accidentally deleted one of the family halls and it nuked like 10 of them just all to the ground. And I was
Mhm.
like, oh, well, that happened. Let me replace all of these back again. And of course,
Hey, maybe you
I didn't get any
can
of the twigs back for it. So yeah.
maybe you can put that one image into the stream for those people who couldn't play and don't really understand what we're talking about with the whole
Yeah, the
homestead
bug that
system.
was happening.
That one like connected thing.
Oh, as in
I just didn't do
the
my homework. I
structure?
have to look it up as well. Which one is which one? The family hall is the one with the storage?
No, so the family
Yes.
hall, yeah, it has storage where you can like shove in
Okay.
stuff inside. So yeah, to actually to elaborate on that. So the family hall is the structure you place near the town hall settlement core, which basically is like the old homestead uh, um, flag that they had before, where you basically had to submit yourself and click on the flag. So that's where you basically clicked on the flag, and then you had to go find a bed, of course, after that. And that family hall is then connected to a homestead which basically allows you access from everything part of that homestead once you are uh, not what's the word, not subscribed, why am I thinking subscribed,
Pledged.
pledged, there you go, thank you, yeah, pledged to the family hall. Once you're pledged to that family hall, you then have access to everything to that homestead. And of course, if it's allied to any other homestead, then it I mean any other family hall, then you have access to every other homestead that is connected to that as well. So yeah. But of course, you can only build one homestead per family hall, which is unfortunate, but as well kind of makes sense, so you don't end up spamming too much of it at one time. But yeah, I don't know, but I feel like I loved kind of this changes a little bit, but also hated it as well. There was a lot of things that just slightly bothered me at the same time, but also at the same time, it was pretty cool that you can place a homestead almost anywhere within this massive perimeter. And like
Yeah,
let's say
5 times.
yeah, yeah, exactly, 5 times of the original perimeter that we had basically of our old settlement cores. You can place it anywhere within that, and it was good because then you can make literally like a mining town. So like that was the main thing I kind of liked about it. So homesteads could be placed anywhere within the sector. Hold on, let me. Sorry about the noise also. My keyboard is very loud and clanky. You'll probably hear it very often. I've got to mention that. Settlement area. So that was probably the coolest thing because you can of course build like a mine area, or like a forest area, and like I don't know, like basically each homestead has its own specific kind of duty to the town, and basically yeah, it could do one or the other, like depending on where the person has placed it. They could do mining, they could do forestry, they could do hunting as well. They could do, I don't know, what other stuff are there? Someone help me here. What else is there?
Knitting.
Knitting, did you say?
No, smithing.
I heard knitting for some reason.
Grandmother.
Yeah, let's do smithing. Yeah, that but yeah, basically each of them, yeah, have their own little kind of generated sectors, right? Like everyone has, it's like the districts
Farming too.
in Hunger Games.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. The districts in Hunger Games, where everyone has their own district, and they all have to farm to supply to the family hall, or to I guess, well, supply to the town hall to, I guess, share it together if they are cooperating as one group, which I feel like most towns should. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that they're trying to do it maybe something similar to that, where they let randoms join, and that random then like grabs an area of the land and then sells stuff to you guys. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, I've got iron. I've cooked all the iron. Here, would you like to buy it from me? But yeah,
Oh
it's
god.
I don't know. It's a bit of a iffy topic on that, but I don't know. They could do, they can mess around with it a little bit more, make it a little bit better. But yeah, I don't know what else was. I feel like there was a few definite other bad things that just weren't. I mean, I feel like also the amount of population you need for the expansion, because you know how they showed in the photo, they showed where you had your family homesteads around the town hall settlement core, and the encirclement of the core will encircle some of these family homesteads. Did anyone have that? Did you guys have that? Did any of your homesteads be encircled by the core at all? Necron or Nilsa, you two? I'm asking you two mainly because you're
Sorry, I
not
was
not
distracted.
You mean if the core engulfed one of my homesteads?
Yeah, did any of your cores engulf your
Yes.
homestead? Did it actually?
Well,
Oh,
not
Like,
entirely engulfed, I'm not
completely?
sure. But I'm pretty sure my main homestead was at least 70 to 80% engulfed prior to the update.
and then the
They
update messed it up. Yeah.
then I don't know, they wanted it smaller, and then it was like barely touching or like 10% touching my the closest possible homestead I could ever build. So I mean, that's not really nice.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. I that's what I mean. I feel like the update made it worse. Like it made it harder to engulf your homesteads. I was like, why? Like, so I'm just gonna say that like update made it harder to engulf it. You know, engulf the. Am I spelling that right? Engulf. I feel like I spelled that wrong.
Yeah. Oh,
Engulf. No. ENGU.
LF.
LF? Yeah. You know, I'm just gonna say yeah, that's fine. Made it. Oh crap! I just noticed my text is also going off screen a little bit. Made it engulf. Harder to engulf the homesteads. There you go. I'm like not thinking straight today. Haven't had my vitamin C, you know. Anyways, so yeah, I felt like that you needed more people. I think we had probably, I don't know, the town we had was pretty one of the highest populated town on the remnant side. But like at the same time, I didn't really check the other towns if they were as well just as populated. But I felt like we almost had it fully engulfed on one of our homesteads. Like, oh, let's go. We've almost got there. We just probably need like a couple more guys, and then we can finally build a perimeter wall around that area. But now, like when the update came, it was just nothing. There was no chance it was even going to reach that far. Like you'd probably need, I don't know, maybe 100 plus people just to get a perimeter around the first homestead, which I don't know. I feel like is a bit too
That's the
much.
thing where I'm wondering if the devs are not 100% sure if they want to keep it like this or not. Like, do they want us to, since it's changing so fast from when you have more people coming in or leaving it again, and losing all that ground again. Like, I wish it would be like a slower growing thing or something. And then when people leave, then it's also like slower decreasing or some kind of announcement to
Maybe.
the settlement, and then the builder can react to that, and because you have to like then when it gets bigger you can then add more walls or remove the old ones and stuff. It's a lot of commotion going on because of that, so it's a bit stressful. It's not the best solution at the moment, I think. So I hope the devs change it a bit more with that.
There's definitely improvements definitely needed on just roughly the like the size of, or more like the numbers of how many people you need to roughly at least, not even like you don't need to have like 4 of the homesteads covered, but at least like maybe one main one. Like I feel like, did you guys have one main one where like you shared everything? Like that one basically was allied with everyone in the bloody like town, or like every other family home roughly, did you guys have that as well? Because I think I heard wasn't it EL had a public one? You guys had a public one, didn't you? Like
Public homestead.
Public homestead. Yeah, you guys had a public homestead which had like everyone was able to access. It was very defenseless as well. I remember when I went there, there was like no walls around it at all. It was like, yep, this is all for the public. It's like cool.
I think that might have been the one that kitchen thing, farming area / hunter. I think that was accidentally built too far outside, but I I'm not 100%
No,
sure. I
it
was
was
not.
like really close near the town hall. It was like I think it was
Oh,
somewhere down the hill a little bit, like south basically of the town hall. It was slightly
ah,
south,
that
and it was just like there. It was just like an open area that had I think like lots of wood cutting and I don't remember the
mm.
other stuff, but it looked pretty cool. It was a nice, cool setup though.
Yeah, I don't fully remember everything. That's maybe that was public.
Yeah, that was public apparently. Well, I
The
asked
wood cutting.
was it JC? I think was it when he was there? I asked him about it, and he was like, yeah, yeah, it's our public homestead for basically everyone to access and use and I don't know, abuse and whatever.
Yeah, JC, why you're not in here, huh?
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah,
should.
Lazy.
Yeah, it sounds like he knows it better
lazy,
than you do. Maybe I should have
lazy con.
should have brought him on.
Sorry.
You don't. Were you playing on this test?
Yeah, I
Kidding.
was consciously I was not there. Yeah,
Half-
but or something.
half-
You're trying to blend.
Half asleep. Yeah, makes sense.
No,
Okay.
no. At some point, because it was so, sorry, side topic, but I made like a little, map with painting to see like, okay, where is what, just for myself, and then I shared it more. So when somebody comes in and kind of understands this homestead is for this stuff and this homestead is for this stuff, to kind of get some grasp of what's going on, because you're walking around doing your stuff. And then there's a homestead popping up everywhere, it's so
Yeah.
weird, you're not used to this.
It's a lot of homesteads, definitely. That's
But
that's another
just
bad.
that
I don't know. Would that be bad? Would that be a
I
bad
just
thing?
don't know
Homesteads?
if that one was public or not and what it made of a difference. So sorry, I don't know. I don't remember
It's all good. It's
hearing
all
that
good.
too much.
That's all fine. But yeah. So what else? What else was? I don't know. I feel like. Well, I think everyone hated the Ravens. That is probably definitely on that list of everyone hated it. The dire Ravens were just crazy. I'm gonna
Yeah,
put
they're
in
way too powerful.
drone
Way too
strikes.
powerful.
They're like strike fighters.
Yeah, for
Wait,
real.
Moss.
They were just fully drone striking everyone. I remember, what was it when we were placing our town hall at the very start? We had
Oh
eight
my
guys. 8 guys. Like, of course, no one had weapons, but 8 guys were punching this one raven. That raven took out all 8 guys. I was like, wow, okay, never mind. Let's just
Yeah,
stay away from that bird. So I feel like I don't know. Well,
and we were
It-
punching it too. Like,
yeah, like
it wasn't like we were just like helpless. Like we were punching it. And
yeah,
it
they
wasn't
were
dying.
actually. It's funny as hell. It was just
The flying bear, man.
yeah, it kind of is
And-
like a flying bear almost. The
What I sorry, man.
yeah, it's fine. Like I don't know, it's the speeds is definitely quite quick, of course. They definitely nerfed it a little bit, of course, when they done the update to make the perimeter of it circling around a little bit smaller, which is actually kind of nice. Uh, but I don't know, maybe it needs a couple tweaks because it's a bird, man. Like, I understand it's a dire raven. Like, they're trying to make it like sound
No.
like a dire wolf. I'm thinking of Game of Thrones here, where it's a massive bird. Understandable, it's a big bird,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know. At the same time,
There's a post somewhere of Markwood saying like, yeah, this is not 100% historical, real,
yeah, it's not
but
realistic to the
still
medieval
balance it
side.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
very
everybody in that post was as well like talking about the balance or the. So yeah, I don't know.
yeah, it's very
But the other
very
thing
one-sided.
is it like what I'm wondering, like, what is the purpose, the function of it really in the game? Like, is it really there to prevent the wood from getting cut by a single person or by multiple, or is it just to make it harder? What is the intent by the devs? That's what I'm wondering, really.
I think that's what it was because I don't know. I feel like on previous tests they noticed that bows are very good for defense, right? So like we
Mhm.
definitely know. I think everyone knows that by now.
Yeah.
Bows are very overpowering for defense if you have enough arrows and you have enough bow. It's all about the arrows technically. If you have enough bows, that's fine. But it's all about if you have enough arrows to provide with the bows, then you're fine. But like if you've only got, let's say, 3 bowmen that you have now defending your whole castle, with, let's say, 10,000 arrows or something, you have produced, because the arrows, of course, haven't changed. The cost of the arrows are still the same, which is fine, which is actually really good. But of course, now getting bows is difficult. So you don't have everyone sitting on the actual the walls there, just chilling with bows and just going, yep, this is fun. This is a great siege. I'm just, pew, 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 shooting away all my arrows and be like, yeah, no problem. So,
Yeah,
yeah, it
I
makes
think with
sense,
that, with
Can you
that,
still buy bows as well?
You
in
can still
merchants?
buy bows, yes. They are still, I believe, at the price of 150, I think if it was, if I remember.
Yeah.
So it's quite still expensive, but of course you can gain money quite easily, I guess, if you sell almost everything.
so
If you sell quite a lot
with
of
the
food and rations or
with the
clay.
just to have a comment on the whole cost change and stuff. I think it is hard for the devs to, like, if you change the cost of arrows, you cannot quite like make it harder. Like it has to be cheap enough and stuff. It's too expensive. It's kind of unbalanced. And then also they could maybe, what I often thought is, change the how much of stacks you can carry. Like right now, 30 stacks of arrows is one stack, right? They could make it to maybe just 15, or
Well,
or
I don't
maybe
know.
even 10,
The thing
and
is
then
though, the stack of the arrows ain't too bad because you like a lot of times the
yeah, I'm not saying
speed.
it's the main problem, but
Yeah, the
just to looking at the balance.
Yeah. Well, the balance is, I think, the health of the actual bow itself.
Yeah,
There's
that's what I was
balance
gonna
to that
say.
because once you can go through 30 arrows very quickly. I mean, like seriously quickly. Like a lot of
Yeah,
times you miss a lot of the shots because either the person's running, they're on horseback, especially on horseback. Like you can dodge so many arrows on horseback. It's unbelievable. Like I've done it so many times. Just even
and it
tanking.
doesn't slow your horse
Yeah,
down,
it
right?
doesn't
If you
slow
get
the
hit,
horse down. Like
it's
even tanking it, like I can tank a couple shots with the horse and still get away. Like does nothing to me. They've just wasted 5, 6 arrows and nothing's happened to me. You know what I mean? But like the bow, like the HP on the actual bow of it, like once it's almost down, like it's used up 30 arrows, it's quite low. Like you technically need to go back, repair it quickly before you end up using the next 30 arrows or something like that, because I don't know. I don't know how many it is exact. I haven't used the bow as much, but I believe it might be
Hmm.
roughly like 2
uh,
stacks, and you've completely broken the
yeah,
bow, and that's it.
yeah. Like I
So
think even at 30 already really low.
yeah, I think even maybe then like it might be 45 or something, and you're already like
Well,
you've broken the arrow. I mean the bow. Sorry.
maybe they changed something with the durability. I'm not sure, so I'm not 100% up to date from
Possibly.
last
I
update.
don't. Well, we didn't see anything on the test info. Change of durability on that, so I think it's still the same. Maybe they might change it this time. They might not because it's harder to get bows. Who knows? They might look into it. Of course it's still working progress on that. This is something new that we've just experienced. So we'll see. Maybe there might be more suffering, in crafting more bows.
Yeah.
More recipes needed for it.
But I still think they could make that the arrows are smaller stacks. Honestly, for an attack, that could also balance the arrows a bit more. Yeah, balancing arrows. I know it's weird, but
I don't know. Maybe
for a
maybe not
defense, it
small
wouldn't matter,
stacks.
right? We could just bring them in anyways.
Maybe I don't know. Well, I don't know. Actually, yeah, possibly.
Well, yeah, we can talk about it later.
That could be. That could be. Yeah.
Just a short question, because you said with a horse getting shot at. I'm a horse noob, maybe. If a horse gets hit by arrows and it loses health, does it instantly restart generating, or only when it ate something? When the horse gets beat?
Once it eats something,
Ah,
it starts
so it's same
regenerating
as
it.
human.
Yeah, so it's the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, anything else you guys loved or hate on that before we move on onto this onto the next topic? Because there's of course there's a lot of stuff we could talk about, opinions of the whole test later on. Anything else that was just really good or really bad? I'm trying to think as well, really hard. I feel like I had some of these notes down somewhere. I forgot what I put them.
I mean, do you want to talk about the bugs, or we'll save that for another
Oh yeah, we could definitely
area?
talk about the bugs as well. Like
Okay.
definitely the hate.
Holy.
Holy
Yeah.
crap. Okay, yeah, that was probably the worst buggy test I think everyone hit. Especially, well, you guys experienced it. Your town got nuked. Like I believe Wicker's town got nuked or something, or just decayed, something like that. And like I
The
remember
one
him.
he
It
had
was
too.
deactivated.
He posted that he was homeless for because he couldn't join another
Yeah.
town, and I was like, wow, well, okay, that's unfortunate, like you can't even join another town now. Like it's a bit disappointing. But yeah, like
Yeah, I talked with them some days ago, and he just he said all these bugs, and then he couldn't play really anymore, and he told all his guys, well, just go home, just go because there's nothing more they can do. It was pretty sad, probably. All the bugs.
So they kind of like because it was like they demolished once you placed like if you demolish one item next to very close to another item, a lot of the times it just destroyed all those items next to it, and it was just that's what was the problem. Like that's what caused a lot of problems. Like I think had our smithy and our auto sawbuck area just blown up. We were like, oh, what happened? It's like, what happened? It's like, did someone destroy it? It's like, no, I accidentally demolished an item and it just died. Everything died. It's like, okay. So that was like, that was quite bad. I feel like that was the main, like, it was just causing problems, I feel like there's a hitbox problem there. There's definitely some sort of hitbox problem there that just, yeah. I don't know what it was.
Were you able to destroy family homes, halls? Sorry.
Family halls. Oh yeah. So I
with
so
that bug, yeah.
that was at the very start. That was the first thing I noticed. That's when we actually noticed it straight away when we demolished something. I placed a bunch of family halls down. They were just like in a massive column. I placed one like a little bit off, and I was like, oh, I don't like that. Ugh, that was horrible. So I deleted it, and then 10 of them poofed right in front of me, and they all just demolished. And I was like, what just happened? And I looked at the floor, and there was only like the same amount of twigs I had for that one family hall. The rest of them just died. And I was like,
and you didn't get the resources.
I didn't get the resources from any of it, so it was like, oh, like crap, like what the hell, like why did that happen?
So we had the problem with, I think it was after or before the restart, like some server restarted, and then there was even more other bugs coming. We couldn't. He was Thane, or I think he was Lord. Yeah, he couldn't press the button like to destroy the town hall. Keep switching up the name. Family hall. And then I was like, oh, okay, let's check if we can at least throw like torches or something at it. Like it's completely in the way. And the guy even said like, yeah, destroy it, doesn't matter. And then I threw it at it, and it said immune to friendly fire. Like, no, he couldn't even destroy it with that. So for a couple of days, or the 2 first days, was a lot of annoying things.
Did you lot know about that as well? So we found out about the ladders. So we were doing some testing with ladders. We were just messing about with the ladders, and we were like thinking, I don't know. I think it was just someone was messing around with a ladder. We placed it on a structure, and it just deleted it. And we were like, hold on, does this delete blueprint? Then? No, it wasn't like a blueprint. It was
deployed ladder.
Yeah, a deployed ladder.
Oh, yeah,
actual deployed ladder. So we deployed it on like one of our structures, and then tried to remove it because we wanted to move it somewhere, and it deleted the structure. And we're like, hold up, does it delete walls? So we ended up placing some walls down just to test it. Like, so it didn't work, of course, on the fort walls. I'm not sure, maybe because it was tier 3, but also it was quite high. But I don't think it did. Actually, no, we did test it. No, we did test it on fort walls. We did test it. Sorry, my bad. It didn't work. But we tested it on fence walls, and all the fence walls, except tier 3 ones, didn't demolish. I mean, they demolished. Sorry. Which was crazy.
Did you test it on people? Like, if it can delete some people? Because I would get rid of some,
On people? What do you mean?
Yeah, just
put it on a person.
Yeah, the letter.
Oh,
it's gone.
Well, there was no option, of course, for that. Like it deleted the walls though, so it was very very dangerous to have that. So like we of course then also tried to test it later on, like on the siege. Once we've like demolished most of the stuff in the area, and we're like, oh look, we can demolish this wall as well once I think the homestead was down though, because we weren't able to that's another thing I might relate to that as well. To hate, we couldn't place our ladders onto enemy structures of the homesteads because we had to pledge to the homestead, which is ridiculous. So ladders, were just like not able to how do you say it? They weren't can't even words today.
I think ladders are really so many updates where it makes problems. Like I'm wondering which update was gonna be the one that is really gonna be rocking off, like crazy. Man, so much
Yeah.
problems with those ladders.
That was a bit of a doozy. That one, I think that one ruffled.
I feel bad for the guy carrying them, like
Yeah.
here I got the ladder, like, dude, get away with that, like this shit doesn't work.
That's the thing. It was kind of annoying because like I think we had like a bunch of ladders when we did that siege, and it was just like we went up to destruction like, oh yeah, can't use it because you're not pledged. And I was like, what? What does that mean? It's like,
yeah,
why?
that's so silly.
Is this the enemy ladder? We accidentally picked up.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's really, it shouldn't work. It's actually funny. Just that is a bug.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird thing to experience when we got there. So yeah, we kind of very much were disappointed. Of course, we were like, we're gonna like do this siege quick, right? Like we're gonna ladder over the walls and destroy the important stuff and destroy their beds and stuff. But we couldn't, so we ended up just throwing all the flasks away onto just
Same
the
as
walls.
Same as the ram that just bounced off, like when the wall was too angled and it just
yeah.
bounced off, like what?
Oh yeah,
And you can imagine how much effort it is while there's a fight going on around you, arrows flying everywhere, enemies pushing closer, and then you have this ram that you have to pull back slowly and then push again, and like it just bounces off, doesn't do any damage. What? And the ladder as well couldn't be fit on the wall. Like it's so frustrating.
Yeah, so I feel
Took a
like
long time.
that also was a painful thing. The RAM had to be pulled back really far again. So like instead of how it used to be, which was not too far, like it was decently close. I don't know. The distance I feel like previously was pretty close. I feel like maybe they could have pulled it back a little bit more. Of course on how quick you can ram something, but they just like I think what quadrupled the amount from what it used to be. Like the small little hits that you had, it went to like 4 times. You had to fully pull it back and push it forward. So I feel
Maybe
like
that
that's
was
just yeah.
maybe that was also because there's so many people in one place. It's the server performance,
It
the
might have been.
client lag and stuff.
Yeah,
That could be.
that probably might have been because of that. I'm not sure if it was because they didn't mention it, of course, in the test info. But yeah, you might be right on that one. But yeah,
Just a guess. Yeah.
it could have been that. You could be right on that one. But yeah, what else? What else was I'm trying to like really, really deep down think to the
Oh, you want to talk about the castle and the 3 FPS?
we could talk about that later. I think we'll definitely get on to that 100%. Definitely is definitely under hate of probably we'll put it down then anyways as well at the same time. We'll talk about it later more, but definitely FPS drop on too many like on fort crazy big fort structures, I'd say. Let's just do that. Big fort structures.
I got another river. Water in general, maybe? Boats?
Boats? What was with the boats?
You are not in the water transport.
Niels can talk about it better.
I do not like boats.
You don't like boats? You still don't like boats, yeah?
I mean, they're slightly less buggy, but when you have to make a logistic running across the river, it's just bad. I mean, the small rivers, yes, when you have a safe beach landing, but the big river, you essentially sink in the abyss straight away. There's no mercy on that beach.
Yeah,
it's just like straight down.
I think we'll definitely go depth on that one as well. There's definitely a topic of more input needed on boats, 100%. But yeah, but I don't know, boats. I feel like boats are still good for now. What they're made for, like they're of course just made for fishing, kind of small transport because you got 6 spaces, right? Isn't it on there? 6 spaces. So it's just I guess kind of small waterlogy here and there.
Now I want to put a ladder on a boat, like see if that works,
Oh yeah.
Or they're both buggy and then it explodes.
Who's driving it though? If there's 2 people holding the ladder, who's driving it?
No, I mean just having the ladder.
Oh.
Yeah, see if it. And then you can get off the boat safely for once.
We'll have to test it next time. We'll attach boats, ladders to boats. it just flips, it just reverses, like the ladder just like pulls the boat
Becomes
out
the
of the
boat.
water, and then like the boat
Oh,
is just in the air. All right.
boat
Do you
again.
know what? Let's carry on. I guess we're done on
Yeah.
this. I don't know. I don't think there was that much love on this test, but I feel like it was still good. 100% it had some interesting, very cool changes that you can do with the homesteads. Definitely an interesting way of separating people into their, I guess, sectors of what they like doing or what they want to do. Definitely also helps, like the giant slum idea. Definitely doesn't keep everyone cramped up in one area, so you have actual more space to move around. The family halls as well. I forgot to mention, but I'll mention it now. I'm not going to type it down, but family halls also a cool way of adding lots of storage, which you can actually just keep for your own personal, I guess, people within that family hall. Great amount of storage. But yeah, it was actually just really interesting way of doing that. But yeah, like I guess we'll see on next test what they change and what they improve on. But yeah, let's go to the next topic on which I've chosen, which is building, which you guys were talking about just a second ago about the FPS structures, which is definitely going to be part of this. But yeah, like I feel like building is a very necessary topic to talk about, especially forts. I feel like forts are one of the main things, and probably also just in general, just other structures as well, placements and how they work, and yeah, just all of the above, just anything you think of building related that is just crazy, you know what I mean? But yeah, definitely one of the top things was definitely uh that I thought building might need improvement on was like you said, the fort walls that need a changing on, just in general. I don't know,
It's
less lag, you know, less lag.
it's actually just the floors
Yeah,
or
yeah,
roof.
sorry, for
It's only that.
yeah,
That's what I heard from our builders.
for ceilings.
It's causing
I
yeah
know
the
it's
inner
definitely
one.
overlapping. Yeah, I know it's like fort ceilings overlapping cause
Yeah, that
lag.
could be.
But also, I
Yeah.
don't think the thing was that structure, if I remember, they made it and they didn't have. I didn't see overlapping. I might have maybe missed out maybe a little bit, but I don't think there was any like maybe ceiling overlapping on there. But at the same time, it was just because there was just so much of it. I
I
feel
think
like
it was
those.
just that there were so much of them, not
Yeah,
that they're only overlapping. um, yeah, and that castle, of course, had a lot of them. Like they went crazy with that building, so I think it was just that. And I'm not sure. Like I've seen some videos where they have like decent FPS of 15, you know, and I see myself I had like 8 or at some point 3, and I was just like, nope, turning around and going out of there yet again, you know.
yeah. I didn't.
But
The funny thing was, I was not raiding the main fort yet for a while. I was still raiding like some of the other homesteads nearby to get like
mm.
resources. And then I went there and I was like, oh my gosh, what's happened here? Like, why is my frames like dying? And then
And
I look in the distance and I'm like, oh, now I know why.
by
I
the
s-
way, I relogged. I went out. I relogged. The relog works really fast. Now, good big props to the devs, by the way. Like that works so fast.
the what?
Uh, went back. The relogging the game, like restarting your whole game and then
Oh,
logging back in, so fast. I mean,
yeah,
I don't have
yeah.
super fast internet. Uh, got a SSD. Maybe that's why. But
It
uh,
probably might be
and
that.
then I went back in. I thought like maybe it's gonna give me at least like 10 or 20 more FPS. But nope, still 3. That it was really just the structure. It was not your client's game thing.
Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely changed, of course, 100%. They've done that, probably something different. I'm still on a hard HDD, so like I don't have an SSD, and I feel like there was a little bit on the improvement on there. I can feel my extra 5 seconds improving from the 1 minute of loading from it. No, I'm kidding. It's probably not that long. But yeah,
Minutes.
no, it's not 1 minute. I'm kidding. But yeah, like
So
so what
I
do you
can
guys
just
think of buildings like in general though, like of for forts and improvements on that maybe in general? Like what do you think should be improved it could be also relating to the homesteads as well, the structures that you use on the homestead. So what do you guys think of that stuff? Like,
I just wanted to add something that we is it okay?
No.
That we avoided like completely building with those structures because of that lag. Completely avoiding.
well, you completely just avoided it, like on
Yeah,
last
we're
test.
just the last 3 tests. I think our JCCon builder guy said to me, "Yeah, we're not building them at all, you know, because they're just causing so much lag."
Oh, what the interior walls and doors and stuff. You didn't do any of those. Is that what you're saying? Or
Yeah.
just in general fort walls?
No, just those ones that are causing the crazy lag.
Oh, okay,
Trying
yeah.
to avoid them.
Yeah, it definitely needs a fix up because like people make amazing structures. I've seen amazing structures being made by everyone. I've made some pretty interesting structures as well. But I've seen other people make flipping Notre Dame. I've seen the French, some of the French guys make Notre Dame like twice. It's really cool. It's really actually
It is really cool.
really cool how it's made. Like, unfortunately, of course, when we do exit our town and then come back into town, we then experience, from lovely 60 frames to 5 frames, and then we like go past that structure. Then we're like back to maybe, maybe 30 frames because we're away from it. But still, like, it definitely needs like an improvement on those types of stuff because like they make some really cool, interesting structures and it's quite amazing. But that's the thing. At the same time, now I don't know if the settlement core will ruin that as well. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like, because we can't build it, almost anywhere we want to, roughly within our settlement area, we're limited to just the core area, and we have to have the population for that core area to basically get that space, that luxurious space to build Notre Dame or a nice little fort castle or an armory or whatever else you guys like building. Like I built like once a little Colosseum. That was a pretty cool little Colosseum we did. But yeah, like I've seen amazing cool structures being built, and I don't know if that's gonna limit us. Of course, now to the settlement core is gonna limit us for making such cool, interesting stuff. But yeah, like definitely needs improvement on those interior walls and doors and ceilings because of the huge FPS drops. Like it's just crazy. But yeah, what about let's say what about the other structures we have now? We've got new homesteads as well. So what is it can build again within those homesteads apart from the settlement core? Because I know we got settlement core is only fort walls, family halls, and I'm trying to think now. What else is there?
Yeah, like campfires, storage bins, chests, nothing useful. Not even wells, which is
Not
kind
even
of a problem.
wells. Yeah, you can still build the aqueducts though for them. Luckily, aqueduct is just overall you can build anywhere. I think within even outside like homestead areas you can build it, which is really nice. Which I feel like is thank God that they had that because we made a little highway. I don't know if you saw it. Any of you two saw it? The little highway we had of the
Yeah.
aqueduct. But yeah, that was pretty
Oh
good.
yeah. Went through the whole base almost.
Yeah. So what would you guys think though of having I was thinking of bridges as well. That's what I was trying to remember for building.
Oh yeah.
Bridges is probably the most hated thing uh for everyone. It's very useful, of course. Bridges are great. They're very helpful. But the one thing I still hate about them is the health. The health of them are terrible. You know, they
You mean
can
the player
die they can
builds?
die super quick, like they literally I don't know how many like even torches could probably kill them in like what 10 10 torches and I think it's like dead and it's just gone.
Yeah, one inventory.
Yeah, one inventory and it's already gone. Like, okay, well, great bridge, guys. We built it to cross to the enemy, and we've lost it because someone had 10 torches on them. You know, like it's not really, you know what I mean? There's no real, I guess, interesting way with the bridge. I feel like they maybe need like an upgrade to it. Like I was thinking, have an upgrade. You know, like make it T2, make it tier 3 or something, or have like different variants of bridges where you can build stronger ones where it takes maybe, you know, I don't know, couple tiers to make it or something, or I don't know. You know what I mean? Like some sort of progress to it. Like it takes a while where like you do one stage of the bridge and then you do a second stage and then you've got your bridge. You know what I mean? Like something like that. So maybe like different variants or something like that of the bridge. What do you guys think of that? Like,
That and being able to place them in the wild, for example, to cross a small river, so you need to make your own base to build a bridge, and bigger ones because you can't cross the main river. If they still want to add like a relic bridge, a bridge that basically made by them, they should give us a bridge we can make, so the river crossing isn't bound by the boats.
yeah, that. Yeah, I think I think this was mentioned as well, like on the actual Anvil Discord. Yeah, about the making them wild. Like people were chatting about this, where bridges need. You know, I think it was because of when I was arguing about, well, not arguing. I think it was more like wanting the devs to place a bridge on a certain map location, which I recall. It was a very important map location. It definitely needs a bridge because it makes no sense. Plus, like you can see it on the map. It's like it shows some sort of I don't know. It shows some sort of bridge, like or like a crossing of some kind, but you don't see no crossing when you get there. So it's like, where's the crossing? It's like, what the hell? I
So
thought there was a bridge
I
here.
think I think there's a fight going on between Anvil players. Yeah, like have more permanent structures that you cannot destroy bridges, or have players be able to build more crossing the rivers, right? And what I'm thinking, kind of like just right now, is like, what about like a bridge that you can build, but you cannot repair? It just like is a temporary structure, and at some point it's just gonna break, you know? So it's just like a short thing you use, and when it breaks, then it leaves like a kind of ruins there that have take some time to decay. So that way, I guess what the devs don't like is that we just like build bridges everywhere and just like, you know,
Yeah, maybe.
spam them, and
Or
maybe that prevents
maybe
that
they
you
could
could
do the
just like
idea of you know how you have foxhole bridges, where they have where you destroy them and
tractable.
no, like not retractable. What? We're not living in that era. This is medieval.
Ah,
As in, like when
yeah,
you
but
break them and then like
some-
they have a damage state. So they literally have a damage state, and then you can repair them with like, let's say you have some stone, like you have
Like a
5
drawbridge.
stone. Yeah. No, not a drawbridge.
yeah,
No, as in
yeah.
like an actual just the regular bridge we have right now. It's broken, like it's all crumbled up in ruins,
Oh, okay.
and then you go up to it with 5 pieces of stone with a hammer or something and repair it, right? You know, then you cross.
But how would if some faction wants to destroy it, like how they cannot really destroy it other than using RAM, right?
I
Would
don't
be
know.
really costly to.
I'm not sure how
And
that's
and
for the
you
devs to
mean
decide how to destroy it.
and that only works also if when it starts constructing some kind of blueprint, whatever.
Yeah.
Then the other side can attack the blueprint, and it destroys it again, right? That's how Foxhole works, right?
But drawbridges though is a cool idea. I do agree. Like drawbridges would be interesting as well because I guess there are some small rivers when you have some of the towns nearby. You can like that would be a cool idea to have like a drawbridge entrance to your settlement or something like that, or maybe to one of the cores of the settlement core itself. You know. But yeah, that would be actually pretty interesting idea to have like a drawbridge placement. Place it down, it goes down, and then if enemies are coming, you put it up. But of course, they could go around, you know, and you can use it again to flank them or something like that. Or maybe there's a way to counter that where they can destroy something which basically makes the drawbridge go down, and it has to stay down or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, maybe something to counter it, of course, but
Yeah.
don't know.
And at the moment, I think it is a big topic as well, because at the moment, you cannot. Sorry. With I lost the thought.
It's all
Stop
good.
messaging me while I'm talking. With carts. Oh yeah. You cannot just bring a cart over a boat or something. There's no way. So a bridge is really important to have
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah, we had like that whole caravan, and then okay, now bring the horses back or just leave them there. You know, it's kind of weird. It's
Yeah, it cuts down a lot of walking time as well, 100%, because like we've had what was it? So even on the last test, we had a point where we were able to build the bridge across because the settlement core, of course, expanded to that far, and we can only build it, I think, within the settlement core. You weren't able to build it within homesteads. Um, but yeah, what was it? We built we were about to build it, but like of course we wanted it to make sure the settlement core expanded a little bit more, just so we could put fortifications, around the little bridge, because it's a bridge that goes straight to the core. We don't want it, going straight to the core and be like, yeah, come access from this side and just start blowing stuff up, guys. You know what I mean? So it was a bit dangerous to do that. So we waited, and of course the update changed it. But if we were able to do that anyways, it would be great because we can place a bridge down in a nice, more like a safer location, and use the homesteads within that other side of the river as well, because there was like resources that we needed as well over there. But of course no one wanted to build there because it was further away, and the distance to travel from there to coming back into the town would have just been so long that no one wanted to do it. Everyone just
would
like, yeah.
would that if you build that bridge or if it's unbuilt or whatever, you want that to be visible on the map as an icon?
No, I don't think. Well, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I don't think a bridge should be a visible icon. I feel like maybe other structures like that are important within towns should be more visible. Whilst that's just that's just a bridge, you just
Huh.
notice it once you see it. Because if you know, I think if it's an icon, then people are just gonna be like, oh yeah, there's a bridge there now. We can see that.
Mm.
Let's
Yeah.
Kind of
whilst if
knowing
on
your surrounding.
yeah, you just gotta check out your surroundings. I feel like that's the whole point of the idea of scouting all the time. Anyways, your enemy,
Yeah.
so you know what's
But
over
I'm
there.
I'm just also wondering how much do the devs want the rivers to be a natural barrier? You know, like I'm pretty sure they want that to be a barrier for
Yeah.
yeah,
If not,
not
boats,
trying to get into the
make the
head of
boats
devs
bigger.
all the time. What are they thinking? What are they
Yeah,
doing?
long
You have to
ships would
think
be
like a
sweet.
dev.
Yeah.
You know?
Or make boats bigger, make long ships. We'll talk about
Yeah,
that. That's building technically. I guess you building
yeah.
it. Build
Oh yeah, right.
build
You're
long
still at
ships.
building.
Yeah, look at that. Look, that's part of building technically. Building a
And
long
your
ship.
stream, I don't know where we are. Okay, building. Okay. That done. What is it? Drawbridges. Okay.
Building long ships
What
would be
else?
interesting if they
Were there
ever add
any
something like that in.
any
I
new
think they would.
structures or
That sounds like
what
something they do.
They should do, because like you got to
You could
transport your
like,
horses and caravans somehow, right? Like, come on,
yeah.
you want to
I
have
mean,
a
you could like,
cavalry battle happening across your bridge, but you can't. I mean, across the river, but you can't because there's no way of transporting the horse unless you do the funny method that I did with the small boats. Basically by just you have to like somehow mount the small boat and then someone's driving on it, but at the same time you
oh
have to
yeah,
move your horse slightly forward
or
because
look
it slides off.
they could have in Foxhole. I'm remembering there is also an infantry bridge where you could kind of squeeze through with a truck. I remember somebody did that, but something where only the infantry can kind of then traverse over.
Well,
Maybe that's not so good because
it's
then
not
people would
really.
just carry the barrels. Yeah,
Yeah, it makes no
whatever.
sense. Anyways,
Yeah,
either way, the bridge anyways is like is small. The one that we have right now is still small enough
yeah.
for vehicles, and there's nothing
I
really
guess it's just.
huge. There's nothing really massive yet in the game that the devs haven't made. But it'll probably be related
I
to
guess
that.
it's
There'll be
just about
something
the
bigger.
horses, you know.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I mean.
just
It's all
if
about
you
the
can
horses
or
and the
not. Like,
caravans.
for example, we also didn't have caravans when we did our big thing with EL. We didn't bring. I mean, the other guys were taking care of most of the barrels and stuff, weapons. So we just took horses. and didn't go with the whole caravan thing. But yeah,
Despicable.
We're-
Unworthy.
we brought the man force. We brought more people.
Unworthy for
Instead
the
of
siege.
resources. You lost them anyways in the river, so whatever. So,
Oh no,
yes.
that wasn't. That was
Bruh.
because he slipped in the river.
Ah,
It's fine. It happens. I've been there. I've
Was
lost a
winter.
caravan in the river twice. It was an empty one. Don't worry. It was just for a camp.
Mhm.
Luckily, it was as well. It literally was emptied, so it was all good.
And there's
Oh,
probably
speaking
gonna
of
be
camps,
some.
did we talk about the issue where you couldn't only the one guy could build stuff in camps?
Oh, that's a good building one as well. True. The issue with that, 100%. Yeah. The person who places the camps only has build access.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's crazy.
That one was insanely, like, I don't know what was with that.
Yeah.
Why? I think it was, of course, relating to the homestead issue.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
because it
definitely a
was
bug,
definitely
for
part of the
sure.
update. It's definitely a bug. I think so. But the person who placed the camps basically, because like we had to, it was Nilsa, wasn't it? Remember, you placed it down, Nilsa.
Yeah.
And then we were like, "Hey, Nilsa, a wall has been broken. Come help fix it." And you're like, "Oh my gosh, I have to run back to the camp and fix it." You know what I mean? It was very, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like very not needy. Well, it kind of was. Like we
Pointless.
needed it. It was not pointless. Well, it is pointless. Yeah, 100%. The idea of it that you need one person to just sit there and be a guard dog, because they're the only person that can fix the camp. Like if there's a wall broken. But yeah, like the person who places the camp can only build it, which was silly. That's why they were like, "Oh, who has Fane access?" It's like, this is a camp. There's no such thing as Fanes in a camp. Everyone's the same person here. It was a bit ridiculous. They definitely need to fix that, or I don't know if that was part of it, but I'm definitely thinking it's
Yeah,
a
really
bug. But yeah,
strange.
very strange thing to implement. Please fix it, guys. We don't want to suffer like that again, where we can't fix our own camps. That
We
was
couldn't
horrible.
even put tents down, right? That
Yeah,
was
we couldn't.
crazy.
We couldn't
I
put
wouldn't
anything
mind
down.
about maybe the walls or whatever, but not even a tent.
No, we couldn't
That's
do
bad.
anything. Couldn't put any single blueprint down. Couldn't put a ladder. Couldn't put a ram. Tents, walls,
Torch,
gates,
sand,
nothing. It was all terrible. What do you guys
chicken
think though
coop.
of tier 2ing those walls, because they're so weak and the camp itself is already really weak? What do you guys thinking of allowing camps to have the ability to tier 2 those walls? At least tier 2. Like I don't mind not having it tier 3. Like that's not a problem, but at least tier 2, because the thing
Yeah,
is tier 1 is like so weak
but
that takes a couple flasks, it's down, and then the rest of the 6 guys you have that are flasking will just flask nuke the camp, and then it's gone. It's like, okay, camp's gone.
so
We're good.
people are anyways already like putting multiple wall sections, layers. I wanted to say. So yeah, you could just upgrade them. But then how's it tier 2 suddenly? Like the camp cannot upgrade, right?
Yeah,
So
so maybe, I don't know, maybe have an upgrade to the camp as well, possibly, if so, because technically speaking, if you have a it could be population related. How many people are setting spawn on the camp?
Mm.
It could be that, like you have 10, because 10 people you need minimum, right? For no, 10 spaces extra as well for the to call
it's a
in
nightmare to think
reinforcements.
about.
Yeah, you need 10 people to extra
Because
space for reinforcement, and then you have, I don't know, 20 people to actually spawn to make it tier 2.
please don't. No.
Why not? It'd be
Because
interesting.
probably we'll have multiple cams, and then
Yeah.
no, I think it's kind of too much. Like
Okay,
I'm not sure if they're
at least,
planning to have the cams more permanent structure or
yeah.
not. I don't know.
But that's the
Still
thing. It just helps a little
early.
bit with the security of your camp as well, because like I said, it's really weak, and
Well,
these sieges could be just easily nullified by
you could just
a
have the
10-man
walls
group.
be upgradable, have the walls upgradable to level 2,
Yeah,
without the camp upgrading itself or something.
yeah, that's fine as
Maybe,
well. Makes
or it just
makes a
costs a lot
difference.
more. Maybe cost more than a normal wall than in your own base. I don't know. Like some kind of balance has to be there, right?
100%.
Or
There's something that
Yeah.
needs to balance it, but of course it needs some sort of reinforcement, like
Or the
to that.
walls can be attacked, with normal players' weapons. Doesn't
mean?
need a ram, If it's I wouldn't mind if it can be upgraded to tier 2 or tier 3, but you can break through it with normal weapons, on a
Oh,
camp. I mean, that's a crazy idea. That's a deep,
Axe.
but
it's like the that stone mallet, which I don't think anyone has ever used, and I don't think it has a use. I don't think it does. I
but
don't.
it's not structure damage, right? It's
Yeah,
just
I think
yeah.
the devs added it in and are teasing us like, they wanted a melee weapon that can bust down maybe doors. You know what I mean? Because I think we asked about this where we're like, oh, can we have something like that bust down interior doors? Because like there was weapons like that back in the day, like a little, I don't know, little mini ram, like a little log or something that 2-3 guys were holding just to smack through. And I was like, bro, like here's a or an axe, like the broad axe as well. Technically, wooden door, broad axe. Come on, like broad axe wins. It's
wasn't
wood,
it
right?
wasn't it like a shield buster more like in a
Well, yeah,
battlefield
I understand that, but
hurt?
like maybe it can
Right,
have
I've
two
used it.
uses, right? Because technically the broad axe isn't very common. Like not that many people use it. Like I understand some people use it for shield busting, but not that many people know about it, of course. And it's not, I guess, great sometimes because if you're facing sometimes 1v1 against someone against a shield, you're just gonna get melted down because that shield can actually block a couple hits, and then he starts swinging whilst you have no protection on your shield with a broad axe. So like that's what I'm saying. Have it maybe multiple use. Have a
Yeah,
have
I think
the
that'd be cool.
that'd be cool because then you can bust down
Man,
through interior
I
doors.
I could throw so much ideas in with just about weapons, but I think we should maybe
Oh, we'll talk about it
another
on
stream or
streams. Yeah,
something. If
that's
you
fine.
wanna go deep into that,
But yeah, like
there's so much cool stuff you could add.
yeah. So the
Just one more thing about the rivers. I mean, building
rivers.
related or not.
Yeah.
In other games you have like these little spots where you can just walk through the river, where there's like a little bit of grass or something. Then you see, it's a bit not deeper, the opposite, lower,
Shallow.
closer, shallow. Yeah. So you could, I mean, the opposite of that. Yeah, where you can just walk through it, slowly or something.
Well,
We
yeah,
don't need a bridge
shallow
exactly.
water. Yeah, like
Other water. Okay.
yeah, or
Could
swamp water.
add something like that if they really don't want to add swimming mechanic yet. Seems like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they definitely need to change. I don't know. There's a lot of
But
changes
just
on
a side
building.
note, I mean, if you want to move on the topic.
Well, I don't know. I was thinking of also adding just one more thing on, not bridges, but sorry, hold on. Had to clear my throat. My don't know what happened there. I was thinking of staircases for structures as well. So like we've got the regular two types of staircases we have right now, right? The one that just goes straight up, and then you've got the one that like kind of slightly zigzags. Like could they I don't know if maybe add a curved one, or maybe one that goes like at an L angle, because we sometimes make structures like that where we can't, because of I think I think it blocks us or something like that, that we can't place it in certain areas. But also it would be great to have like an angled position to just have it like that, so then we can climb up from a different angle and it still looks pretty decent. Like it doesn't look like a dreadful design of a staircase, or you know what I mean, like it just looks like you're not coming at a different angle where it's curved and it's like a regular slope staircase and you just got to climb up instead of walking up nicely. You know what I mean? So what do you guys think of that? Like a staircase implementation would be cool to add in or change.
What purpose again? I couldn't really understand.
So like okay, let's say you have a structure, yeah, like you've got a stairway that goes up, and it's a small thin structure though, like let's say like a tower you want to make, a small tower, right? a 2x2
Yeah.
tower, and the only way that you're making that nice 2x2 tower, or decently nice, is if you have like a spiral staircase or something, like a nice cool spiral that goes
Mm.
up, and then you can make that nice cool tower, and you won't have to have any problems with any of the like the stuff sticking out or making it look like it looks wonky. Like I've seen I don't know if I can find a picture maybe in a second, but I've seen some structures that we've made previously like that where it was a 2x2 tower, and the staircases basically were placed just I don't know. It was kind of like one had to end up going. One went perfectly fine up one layer, but then the second one, when you place it, it had to like go outside the wall. So then it looked like you were running up the stairs and then falling off the tower. In a sense, it wasn't like you weren't climbing the actual staircase tower properly. You were just falling off the tower. You know what I mean? So it was a bit of a funny looking one, but yeah, it was just how it was made. So I just thought maybe add some sort of new addition to staircases that have it a little bit different, and yeah, like I don't know, some sort of modification to it, so it's just a bit nicer than what it usually looks. So what do you guys think of that, like spiral staircase?
I think I would have to go deeper into like, drawing it out. How would it look like in this and this scenario? And then also, are you going to be able to fight in that area? Is that comfortable to fight in there if it goes? I mean, stairs in general is
Well, I
kind
don't
of
think no
wonky in
yeah
a top-down shooter, a
yeah
top-down game. So maybe, I mean, in Foxhole they have these things that you can go into like a second floor position by just pressing E on the door, and you like just pretty much teleport up. But you're talking more about a tower where you then also can walk upstairs in there, right? In
yeah
an area.
basically like you have
Uh,
a nice little cool tower, so you don't have to make it look like a wonky nightmare.
like in
That's
some games they try to avoid ladders because they maybe are not fun to use. Just slowly going up, slowly going down, and maybe stairs then are more. I don't know. It sounds weird. Fun to use,
yeah,
but more comfortable to be in the game.
100%.
And you can also fight on them, I guess, better than with a ladder. It's always going to be kind of weird. Like you cannot shoot up with an arrow, right? If it's going to block the stairs, what are you going to do? So yeah, I guess it comes to that kind of. What is the purpose of this all? Trying to get up on the tower.
Yeah, just to make
Uh,
it more interesting, like add more cool, interesting structures to building, because like we are like
mm,
I understand that they're adding in stuff right now to, I believe, well, most of the time they've been just trying to fix homesteads. That's what they've been like. I've noticed they've been focusing and working on fixing homesteads a lot, because we've had now what 3 variations of homesteads, I believe so, where it started off with the toilet looking one. No, sorry, actually before that it was the little plot of
oh
land.
yeah, right. The
It
small
was
one.
it was the plot of land. Then the plot of land became a actual building with a plot of land, which then you had to place other plots of land next to it to connect to it. Then they took that away. Then they made it into the little toilet kind of looking thing, the little shed or
Little fish
the
market.
cubicle,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. So they had it as that. Then they changed that to just the regular flag. It was just a flag in the ground, which I felt like was a pretty interesting one. But yeah, it was.
We should make a tier list at some point, later.
Oh
What
well,
is the best one?
tier list. What's the best homestead devs that you guys have made? We'll put the definitely the plot of land ones on the very bottom, because those were just dreadful. They're terrible.
The
Um,
flag. The flag was so funny when you told people like, yeah, just go to that flag and there's a homestead, and then
it's
they
like
walk to the flag that's on the
it's
settlement.
like yeah, salute the flag, guys. Come on,
Uh,
pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Got it. But yeah, like and now we've got the family hall, which is the homestead technically, and now the building we live on is the new homestead technically. So the family hall is now place where you pledge, and the homestead is where you live. So it's kind of like the wording is changed. Like, were you struggling in the town telling your guys, yeah, go pledge to the homestead over there? It's like, a homestead? It's like, where's that? It's like, that. Do you mean the family hall? It's like, yeah, sorry, the family hall. We kept doing the same thing, I think, in our town, like, where it's just constantly telling everyone the homestead, even though we knew it was called family hall instead. So it was a bit confusing for us. But yeah, so I think they're definitely working towards that a lot. But at the same time, they do need to fix maybe or add more interesting structures to the actual game where we can build, because it's just been more of a test on that, and yeah, we haven't experienced anything really new, apart from maybe, of course, the crafting areas, which have changed a lot, and all of that. So that's pretty, of course, new as well. But yeah, I think that's about it that I wanted to talk about roughly on building. Unless you guys got anything else that you guys think is interesting for building, or anything that you guys might want to change on for structures or anything like that. Nothing at all? No?
I got nothing.
You got nothing? Nielsa, you got nothing?
We're sealing matching ceiling tiles compared to their foundation mentioned, such as octagon shaped roof tiles and corner piece roof tiles.
Oh, yeah. So make the ceilings. Oh, that's so true. So ceilings for octagons need, like, yeah, that's so true. Like, cause they overlap.
Yeah, that's gonna fix that whole lag issue.
I feel
mean,
like
it's
it would,
not gonna get rid of
100%.
it, but
So true. That's why we don't tell people to put ceilings on octagons. That's the main thing. I've noticed every time we've seen someone do that, it's just like, oh, why is my frames gone? It's like, who put a ceiling on an octagon? Like, who did it? We look around, it's like, oh, there it is. Stop it. Take it away. But yeah, ceilings for octagons are like, I don't know. So not ceilings for octagons, but like, I don't know, correct size, not correct sizes. I don't know how to write this out as, like, correct, I don't know, angles or
ceiling
placements.
shapes the same as the octagon
Shape.
foundation.
Yeah, let's say correct shape for ceilings for octagons. There you go. For ceilings for octagons. We're doing all that. That'll be fine. Correct shapes for ceilings for octagons. Because it
Sounds
does.
like a fundraiser.
Yeah, it does make sense though, because we need, like, angled, sometimes ceilings even for non-octagon places as well. Like, sometimes like, I feel like a little bit of an angle would be interesting to add into it. But yeah, it definitely needs something just to make that. The lag might go away from that because they're all, like, connected in line, but who knows? We'll see. Triangle ceilings, yeah, triangle ceilings would be cool. Maybe some people, do you know what, when I think of triangle ceilings though, I think of problems already with that. I'm thinking of what's it called? Rust. And people are gonna end up doing
Oh, honeycombing.
honeycombing. You're gonna honeycomb buildings then with that with triangle ceilings. But I don't know, that might be interesting as well. But the thing is though, you wouldn't honeycomb your fort as much, would you? Because you kind of need the access with all the tools and all the equipment then inside, and all the beds when you've got everyone spawning on the beds, right? So it'll be a bit difficult to do honeycombing. That'll be a thick wall. That'll be a very thick wall if you're honeycombing. But yeah. Anything else? Maybe, like, last ones, one more, or you got anything else just the back of your brains? If not, I'm just gonna move on and we'll do the last drunken truths, which it looks like it does because you guys have nothing in your brains.
Oh, come on.
Well, someone wrote well. Cool Train. What's the well? Well, as in, like, wells itself, or just saying well? I think he's very well. Do you know what? I'm just gonna carry on. Anyways, so yeah, we're on now the drunken truths, which is definitely just opinions of what we think of the game, or what needs to be added, what maybe will be added in the future, what might be next on the next test. What else? Just
Yes.
anything,
Yes.
you know, just anything that
Catapults.
catapults. Yeah, of course, catapults. You got.
Maybe.
Oh, hold on, let me move that.
Yeah,
Oh,
just more siege weapons in general, like a standing ram. I think
mean,
a standing ram would really be good.
They already kind of announced it. I mean, announced, but
did they?
mentioned it already.
They did
Nah, they
mention.
did. They mentioned
I
something. I
cannot
don't know where
spell.
it was, but
Crying out loud.
but
Catapults.
I'm pretty sure there will be something at some point. More
It
either
was late
catapults.
era.
To what the?
Shh, I wrote it wrong. Just give it a second. It's fixing
Oh, yeah.
itself. You know, it's delayed on the stream. It's all right.
Catapult or trebuchets. Try to write that one, huh?
Well, catapult, trebuchet. Yeah, they're definitely probably gonna add.
Just
come on,
like range stuff.
it's
Yeah,
part of
range
their
counters.
logo. It's part of their logo. They're gonna add a trebuchet. If they don't, I am disappointed. Siege
Nah.
Camp. I am very disappointed.
There's when I wrote that to the official Discord, also some people also like already no that shit and getting no I didn't say it like that, but you know already kind of seeing it critical, you know, like oh no, then people just like spam rocks
You
and
just spam all of them, yeah.
But I
But
think
that's the thing.
you can
How
balance
would
that
you
as
get?
well. Like,
That's what we were talking.
well,
I think I was talking to. Was it you, Rivali? No, I wasn't talking to you about it, Rivali. It was someone else. But anyways, like, how do you then get the rocks? Is what I'm thinking. Like, where
so,
do you have to like build it next to a mine? Do you have to mine it then? And then
nah,
like all of that stuff. I was like thinking.
I guess they can do it so different ways. You know, they could just make that rock that you carry from the mine, yeah, that is the thing
That'd
that
be
you
pretty
then
cool.
use as ammo, or that you have to cut it first, like you have to process it first. You know, you could do that.
Like make an ammo at the town before you get there. Basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the iron ball or something. They had that in didn't have that in medieval times too.
Iron ball. Oh Jesus! Don't make it that
would be
painful for
crazy.
us to craft. Man. Come on.
Oh, maybe
I-
that's maybe.
You trying to
too
make us suffer with
high
our
tech.
iron storages? Like we're already making swords and armor and shields here, and you're like, yeah, make an iron ball.
No, okay, maybe that's much. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a good idea to like you have to bring your own ammo. I think manufacturing the ammo would be good because that would definitely make it
Yeah.
harder to just like spam stuff. Because I think that's probably why people are so scared because they're like, well, you can just have like all the ammo in the world and just make 50 trebuchets and it's like what
Nah,
do you even
that
do?
would be
But at the
crazy.
same time, wouldn't it be
But-
cool if you can use regular rocks, like as in the actual rock you get from the actual stone mines, where you just, or even iron mine technically, if you want to throw some iron at the enemy, that'd be great. You just like get one of those the big slabs, you know, you come up, you drop it on the trebuchet, you eat it. Of course, maybe it does less damage, maybe, or something like that, than the what's it called, the can't even think, the ammo. Like it makes less damage than the ammo because the ammo I guess is curved and it does like, I don't know, more damage or something, whilst the rock is just, it slaps it and just it falls apart or crumbles apart because it's not solid.
Yeah, explosive ammo or whatever, or burning ammo. I
That's
guess
too
it's
future tech, man. That's too much future tech, man.
yeah, but
Don't we have
Yeah,
oil
well,
blasts?
it's too
the
hard.
question is also
You can make it
The-
oily, yeah. Make it like burn.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Make a burning
maybe like
ammo.
that.
Like that's
Yeah.
what we were thinking
But,
of fire arrows as well. One time, I think.
yeah.
Fire arrows
Yeah,
as
I think
well.
maybe it's
Against
too early,
shields.
like now with the game's mechanic with water and everything. I don't know. You always have, if you want to add something like that, you also have to always think of, okay, how can you counter it, right?
Yeah.
But I would say just also you could make it harder, like with the operating it. You know, RAM needs 4 people. Does it 4? Yeah, 4
Yeah,
people.
four
Yeah,
people.
And
Catapult should be the same
so
thing.
what
feel like
is it,
catapult should
5
be
or
the same.
6? You know, like guy operating it, 2 guys have to turn
Yeah,
it, or
and,
you know,
like,
you
pretty
can make it harder that it
accurate.
actually needs a big group to have that thing in front of the in a siege. And as well, you could have a trebuchet or a catapult in a defense. That was a real thing as well. That they had them ready as well. So, a stationary one, you know.
Well, that's the thing. I'm
Mhm.
thinking like the catapults will be like the 120s in Foxhole, and then you have the 150s are the trebuchets, where they're the big ones, because you know trebuchets technically are the huge, massive.
Yeah,
ones.
they're
You
massive.
place them down. You got to build these things. Like you gotta.
You
gotta
can't. You can
literally-
barely move them,
you
and
You can't move them
yeah.
at all. Technically, you have to like
Ye-
disassemble it and then move it and then put it back up again.
The
So like, I feel like definitely
Depends on
they,
the size.
yeah, like they'll need. Well, no, the size of it is like, well, no, I'm thinking the regular trebuchets you see in like just history and like even in movies and stuff. You see them; they're huge. They're always big. They're just
Yeah, but it
massive
doesn't have to
structures.
be. I can tell you out of real life experience, and now there's a bit of I don't know if I want to. Yeah, well, I played LARP once, and we built like a trebuchet out of wood, and we carried that thing, over to an area where we used them. So yeah, it is possible to have a smaller trebuchet, I think. So and you could have something like that. Just think of I don't know, Lord of the Rings. Also, they had them on the walls, right? Could have that, for example, either
Yeah,
like this
see, but
or inside more in the
those are
core
big
of
ones
the
as well,
base.
though. Those are
It,
also like those are
yeah.
huge. But that's the whole point.
Okay. Yeah. But
Trebuchets are meant to be big, slinging structures. They sling like huge rocks. That's what was
if you look at
historically that's what they
the
were made for. Whilst catapults were just made for like smaller boulders. You just kind of like
if you
roll it
look at
up, fling it, and
the
that's it.
Scorpion turrets, they are also like pretty small to what a ballista turret thing is,
Yeah.
in real life. So you can have it smaller, I think. But yeah,
Yeah, of
I
course.
wouldn't want to have like catapults everywhere rolling in from every side. Of course, I don't want that. I
It'd
want
be
it to be
interesting.
something where it's team effort, where the ammo is hard
Yeah.
to travel over. The RAM right now is a lot of work to bring that for far distance, and then it's fragile. A guy with a fucking dagger can just destroy it, right?
Well,
Yeah.
actually, it's not as fragile as it used to be because now it's they buffed it. They buffed the health on
Yeah,
the RAM now extensively. I think it was like 40 hits or something. I believe so. I don't remember the number. I remember that, I feel like that's what I remember from last time someone telling me with the sword. But yeah, it's crazy from I think what it used to be. I believe it was like half of that or something like that before. But yeah, like the health definitely has increased. From the RAM because everyone noticed that we keep losing our RAMs very quickly because all they need to do is just run next to it or start swinging next to it, and then you've got 10 friendlies also swinging at the same
smacking
RAM
it too.
and
Yeah.
smacking it too because you tell them don't smack the RAM. You know, that's why I always tell people, guys, if you're on the RAM, just stay in the driver's seats and then just hop right next to it, as in like stand right next to the actual driver position so they can't jump on, and then you swing outwards so you're not swinging onto the ram, you're just swinging like away from it basically.
I just think friendly fire shouldn't be enabled for the RAM. That's what I think.
Maybe, or maybe there should be like an option where I don't know, you flag it as you put a flag on it saying this is an ancient ram or a remnant ram or whatever, and it's like it can't be damaged by friendlies or something like that. But I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
it's still not bad, the idea of friendly fire.
I wouldn't like if
People will learn over time.
both factions should be able to use it.
Yeah, well, I think that's what they're trying to take off, anyways, where you can use both enemy and friendly faction rams. Because I don't know, that's what I've seen from like the other
Where
groups.
are
So
our
yeah,
crossbows? Crossbows were there in fights even before. Well, not before
they'll probably
bows,
be
but
soon as well.
often in medieval fights, you had crossbows. Crossbows, sorry, not crossbows. Yeah, I don't know. They could add so much cool stuff.
Yeah, they could.
For
There's
sieging.
also even like just for the city itself, just they can add so many cool, interesting
Or-
ideas for the city as well, for like defensive even. Like you could put a trebuchet for defensive as well. Would be
A
really cool.
slingshot, for example, I've seen multiple suggestions of that before you have arrows. You could have like a slingshot with a much less range, and you just like use little, I don't know, flint rocks or something, right?
Yeah.
Could be like an early range weapon for hunting.
Use flint rocks. That'd be cool. Yeah, slingshot with flint just in your pocket. That'd be interesting.
Maybe it's not so good then. Like we're trying to build something. Who took all the flint again? Yeah.
Yeah, where are my arrows at?
Where's all the arrows stuff? It's like, I went hunting. It's like, with what? with all the flint. What, 400 flint? Yeah, it's all gone. Like, I made loads of
Killed two
flasks though.
pigs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, also the arrows, like killing animals, is like the most awful thing to use because like, I don't know how many arrows it is per wolf, but I know for bears it's like insane amounts. You probably use like a stack and two stacks before you kill that bear. It's like, okay, well that's great. You've just like wasted 60 arrows on the bear when you could have probably killed, I don't know, infantry with that much better, or use it for defense. But yeah, I
What
think
do you
also,
think of the? Sorry.
go on. No, you go ahead.
Yeah, just maybe it helps that idea as well. Like, what do you think of having small side products of, or just let's say if you mine a rock, you get a little bit of flint parts, you know, like as it's a chance that you get some of them. Or when you harvest the wheat, then you get a little of plant fiber, you know, like when you pick up berries. Kind of wish that would be a thing. What do you think of that?
That'd be cool. Yeah, small extra resource adding on to the resource you're already mining would be actually, well, technically it makes sense a little bit, right? Because
Yeah.
you do,
You,
you
if
do
you cut a
get
rock,
a little bit
you
of
always
fiber
get a
from
little.
farming,
Yeah.
you do get chips of rock, or yeah, like even not even, so not rock, not flint. Instead, you get like what's the stone cut-offs? You get the big stone, and then you like, I don't know, there's a percent chance where you get like an extra stone cut-off, and you can hold it in your inventory. That'd be interesting, yeah,
Yeah,
to just
maybe.
have. That'd be actually just a little bit extra to add on, just a little
I mean,
small.
with sticks, you can already make them directly out of the log, I guess. Then you don't need to,
Well,
like, if
yeah,
you cut the tree, then yeah,
cut the
could
tree
get
down, you
some
get like a
sticks,
couple twigs,
or
a couple
branches.
extra
But
branches.
they're called branches now. Fuck off. It's just,
Yeah,
keep changing the name, right?
branches, whatever. Sticks, twigs,
Scraps.
branches,
Oh
or
no, that's
scraps.
a different
But it
name.
makes sense though, because like you cut down a tree, right? You should get the branches, like, or twigs, right? So
Yeah.
it makes sense a little bit maybe to add on like a random resource where like it drops down. It's like, oh look, there's some twigs that you got from the
Yeah,
tree.
devs, write that down, huh?
Devs, write that down. Make it more realistic. Come on, man. Like, since when do I cut down a tree and get no branches? Yeah, but like it does. Yeah, it's pretty good idea to have that. Like, because then, well, no, I guess it cuts down a little bit on the resource
It,
gathering, but
it's
at the
like
same
a
time,
little bit
it's not too
quality
bad.
of life, because
Quality of
I
life,
just
yeah.
don't know if they, or I see the problem after, like, who's constantly want to go out and do this gathering, you know. We have a couple of them. Even I do it. It's relaxed sometimes, you know, watching a video next to it or something. But now with the Ravens, it's not so relaxed anymore, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know if that's something they want, that once you are tier 3, that somebody still has to do that, you know. It seems annoying.
Yeah, so like it's more painful. Yeah, it's more painful with the
Maybe it's connected to something that when we use this type of tool that you get to tier 3 or tier 2, then you get these things, you know. Maybe like that if you want. But
do you know what I was
it seems
also
annoying to
thinking
do all the
for battles, since we have communication, the lack of communication within, as in not lack of communication, the communication is of course is difficult to do like within this game because we don't have any squad chat, we don't have anything like that where we can
yeah.
talk in Discord and talk in squad chat within our own group or settlement, like a town chat or something like that. um the devs have not implemented that. I don't know if they will, maybe they won't, but if not, then maybe they should allow us have some sort of other ways of communication. So the way I was thinking was either we have battle drums or like horns or flags or something like that, like some sort of signal basically to our friendlies on the front line. Like the enemy won't know what it means. Like basically we can have our own little code technically within our front line here. So like basically just, I don't know, two horn blasts means go north, and then afterwards you have like a battle drum beating, like, I don't know, to attack north. Like, say basically the battle drum says attack, and then you have a horn saying north, you know what I mean? Or you have a flag on the map that someone changes a flag symbol near the camp on the map, and basically you check the map quickly, and yeah, basically it shows
Bonfire.
you, yeah, it shows you like, oh, the camp has been updated now, we're going, you know, we're going different direction, or someone on the field
I'm thinking it
is doing that, you know what I mean?
in the defense way, that you have what's the name? Bells. Yeah, bells going off when, I don't know, maybe the Lord or the Thane can press that button, and then then the bells are going off, and then everybody around can hear that in the castle, and then
Yeah,
kind of
but
something like that,
well,
like
that's
a
what I
little
mean.
bit
I mean
of,
something that you can
or
hold though, because
not
I
on
feel
the
like,
pack.
yeah, something you can hold in your
Ah,
hand though would be interesting, because like you can have it on like your belt, right? Because now we have the implementation of belts, but we can only put
Yep.
swords on there, right? That's like swords and tools is the only thing we could put on it, like swords and the
a
bows as well,
horn
I
you
think.
blow.
So like imagine a horn. You have a horn on your belt, and you have your like your sword and shield, of course. And then let's say I don't know, you're like the leader or something, or you've spotted something and you're trying to get the formation of the attack to change direction,
Ah,
to be like, yeah,
what would be
go
cool?
south, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Or
like
like
that idea,
or like an
but
alert,
but
like an
the
alert
problem
system, you
is
know?
the problem is how far can you hear the sound? Probably not that far. So what you could do is that guy does it, and he's and you are with him in the homestead or whatever, or in the camp. Then you see like a sign that is on the. If you're with him on the screen, you see the sign directly on him, that icon. But if not, then you see it on the side of your screen or something, so you know what kind of direction to go to, where he is,
I
right?
don't know, maybe it could be regional, just regional instead, because like I don't know, it could be because you know how you have
Y-
the
Yeah, I mean
horns
not far
for
away, but
the you're getting attacked, right? So you know when you get attacked, you get the horn saying this settlement is under attack. You know, like goes
yeah.
"Hmm," or like someone's asking for reinforcements and they do the same thing. Like you get the same sound, right? So instead, have a regional one where like you can use the horn or the drums or whatever it is, you know, and in battle, or you could do it locally as well. You could have it where like someone blows it locally and it's only like a certain distance within, I don't know, the couple 100 meters or something that people can hear, and then yeah, just
But that's the
have it like that.
yeah. I don't know. That
Because if
could
you
be
have it
annoying,
too
maybe.
small, if you have it too small, it makes no sense then. Because if it's really small and it's only locally, like people that
But
can I
you
can
didn't
see
have
my
a.
screen and I'm blowing the horn, and only the people in my screen can hear it, whilst everyone else cannot. It makes no sense. It's like,
But you need a cooldown or something like that. Could be too annoying hearing that all the time.
well, yeah,
I would
depend.
rather go with the icon or
Well, yeah,
something.
yeah, definitely some sort of like definitely some sort of like well, I don't know, not a cooldown, but more like,
Make it cost stamina.
yes, cost stamina. I would say maybe do that. So like you can do like a certain horn like blast or like beat kind of to it, but it costs stamina and you only have like a limited amount of it. So like you can only do like go and then that's it, you know, and you're done. You know, it's my horn impression. I sound great, don't I?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's what it is though. Like just to alert the people even like beyond your screen, like I
But,
said. Bec-
so the purpose is to alert them where you want them, like to gather them up or something, right?
yeah,
Is
so
that what you
you
meant?
know Lord of the Rings. You've watched, okay, no,
Yeah.
the Hobbit,
Or
sorry.
just communicate in general.
Yeah, the communication in general,
Uh,
because I can't shout to you saying, "Hey, we're being flanked," you know, because you're like all the way near the bloody walls and I'm all the way still at the camp, you know what I mean? I can't tell you that.
mhm.
Or we're being under attack, you know, because like I had to type in chat. I had to always be like,
Yeah, there's this
Nielsen,
crazy
we're being attacked.
function that Foxhole has where you can right click and then mark a location, write something, right? I mean, would be crazy if they bring that to this game as well.
Well, I don't know. That would be, I feel like
the
that'd be a bit silly if they added that in, because that's just like,
the-
that seems like a radio signal kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
okay, I
I'm
get it.
I'm
Oh
think
yeah,
I'm
realism,
thinking
no, huh?
medieval realistically here. But that's what I'm saying, horns. So you've seen The Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies, right? You've seen that one. You know the time when the orcs were attacking and they had the guy on the hill with a foghorn and he had random flags or whatever it was, like that was doing random you know, positions and angles to mean this is attack, this is, you know, defend, this is reform the lines. I don't know, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Just to reform the group so they're not spread out, they're confused, they know what to attack next, you know what I mean? Or technically just to give out signals to your teammates. So like once
you can give out different tones, and then they know what it
yeah,
means.
yeah.
Or
Or
something,
like you know,
Killing a tone.
objective complete, you know what I mean? Like, so let's say, you know how we attacked so the OG guys, we went and attacked from the north, right? We went to the camp on the north there just to clear it out and make sure there was no bed spawns and stuff. So we can send you a, instead of typing in chat, all right, we've done it, you know, good job, haha. Instead, we could be like blowing a horn, be like, you know, all right, that's the signal. They've cleared the north part. We're good over there. We don't have to worry about it anymore, or defend our
Will the
backs.
enemies
You know
hear
what I mean?
it?
Well, they'll hear it, but they won't know the code. Do you understand? We'll secretly have a code.
It's like clan made or alliance made.
Yeah. Basically, it's
So it's just noises that you can make, but you would be like, okay, so two means this, and 3 means this, and
yeah. So like
stuff like that.
it's just the enemy will hear it. It could be even like what's it called? Taunting. You can taunt them with it. You know what I mean? Like the horns of flipping Rohirrim or something like that. You know, or something. You know, like
And
just
you
some,
cannot hear it through cross borders or something, just in the region, right?
just in a region, I'd say. Yeah, just region.
I'm
Or
trying
no,
to
no,
understand it.
not region. Maybe, like I
not
said,
saying-
maybe like a couple 100 meters. Like let's say,
Ah.
like a town hall perimeter. Let's say that or something, because a town hall doesn't. Not town hall perimeter. Town hall. Yeah, what is it? Is town hall perimeter? Is that what it's called?
Like
right?
the homestead area where you can build the homesteads.
Yeah,
you know
the
what I mean?
place where you can build the homesteads, like that.
Like the 5 times the
5 times thing. Yeah, something like that. I'll deal with it. That's not too bad, you know. Of course, wouldn't work cross border region, but it works once you're in the region. You know what I mean? So people will hear it once they hear it. But yeah, like I feel like it'd be great just to have something like that, just to signal your friendlies or something, or like I said, fire arrow, man, bloody shoot a bloody fire arrow in the sky, and then like, oh, you can see it on the map or something. It's like, all right, that's the signal. We're good.
Yeah,
I mean, I think information-wise, like I don't mind it, but it feels for me like more like a small little addition to the game than something where you can actually write something on the map, you know. And you could say maybe it's not through walkie-talkie radio, but maybe it's like a bonfire or some kind of smoke signal, you know, and then.
Well, yeah, smokes. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna
smoke like
signal.
Let's say you build that structure in real, like in the game, and then when you build it, you can put a message in, and then that message attached to that structure where it is on the location is then displayed on the map or something, you know. So we're pushing from here in 2 hours or something.
Smoke signal is like giving your
I mean,
giving me your message in Morse code. I'm like, bro, I am not decoding that stuff. I'm okay.
But what is a beacon? Look at it. How can it discover where people are? It simulates that there's a guy kind of giving, putting it on when there is an enemy coming close, right? So that could be a bonfire to it. It's not sending a real message, but it's giving a Morse code. I don't know what smoke. Hey, I'm just brainstorming ideas, man. It's like you.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like it's something to still stay within the medieval method.
Yeah, I need a toilet break. Just a minute.
That's
See
all right.
you later.
Like we're still trying to like stay in the medieval method of communication. So like horns, flags, and battle drums, you know, something like that, to just you know, tell your teammates secret codes. Be like, we've completed the job. You know, the enemy is no longer flanking on the north, or like we're on the position to flank. You know what I mean? Something like that would be interesting. What do you guys think? What do you think, Neil, sir? You've been sitting there quietly now, falling asleep. It sounds like it. You there?
I didn't have anything to input into the horn, so I didn't really say much. But yeah, there could be some better communications in this game. I think horns are a pretty on-point system to stay within the medieval theme. Obviously, there's no radios in the medieval times, so having a very wide voice chat would be kind of pointless.
Yeah, like I still wouldn't mind it if they did actually implement the squad chat thing. It wouldn't be too bad. Like I feel like it'd be still cool, interesting, like to have. We're like, okay, this is our town chat, the people or the settlement chat or whatever it is, like but through voice comms, would be nice. But yeah, I guess I don't know if they're trying to, like I said, stick to you can only talk to people within your area. Fine, but then let me have some sort of communication that could go further than my local area, so I can talk to randoms or something like that. Because like we've done attacks uh before with randoms, and we've always had to tell the randoms beforehand what to do, right? Like you had to do it as well, remember? Like
I'm back.
on the last test, I had to do the same thing. So before we crossed the border, I like basically grouped everyone up, be like, all right, guys, this is what we're doing. Stay within the town area. Follow us to this location. I'm gonna mark, like I've told everyone where we've marked it. I've marked it now. This is the location. We are staying there. We are not moving from this location until the town is secure and built. We are probably going to be doing a little bit of like basically logistics to make sure the town is secure, or the camp, whatever, and then we go attack, because we're not going to just go in, swinging with no protection, at least for our camp, uh, basically to go anymore. So yeah, it's basically something, something we need to maybe tell them as well ahead of time, saying like, okay, guys, I don't know, the randoms be like, yo, if you hear this horn blast, it means we're attacking there. If you hear this horn blast or you see this battle drum, we're attacking there. Basically just to also communicate with like maybe randoms as well, if they maybe might know the code or
Yeah.
not know the code. But yeah, like
That's the only thing where I think that makes sense, and I think I know why you now why you would like to have that, because the last big fight,
it was dreadful.
OG was not with us in the TeamSpeak, for example. So all the remnant, pretty much the big ones, I would.
Yep.
We're together in a communication, the leaders, and they were saying, "Oh, there's attack on the camp. Are you guys staying over there defending it? Yeah, we're good, we're fine. We're taking care of it." And then we could have our forces at attack. We didn't have to go back and forth, so we could have full force, push. But OG was always kind of just doing their thing, and I think you were communicating with us on the chat, but
yeah, we were typing
in game, but
yeah, we were
that.
we were told that we were going to attack the north part, whilst the main force, which was everyone else, the other remnants, go on the south, basically. So we were going to go up there, but then we found out instantly when we were looking on the map, because we basically let you guys attack first, and then we were going to go up top right after. So we were going to do that. But yeah, at the same time, we had people attacking the camp. So like, guys, we're getting.
The first time I'm hearing of that plan.
Yeah, guys, we're getting under attack. What? First time? What? Niels explain the
plan?
I
told him I told him TeamSpeak the plan to the people who were then present in the TeamSpeak.
Okay, I don't want to make a big fussle here in the stream or something. But
Necron wasn't listening. That's fine.
Oh, come
understandable.
on, no. Niels wasn't explaining it good enough.
I did only say it
classic,
once.
For real, man. Yeah, classic. Don't hear it once.
No, honestly, I don't remember that we were speaking of that.
Okay,
sense,
but anyways,
okay.
We ended up doing defense as well, basically for the camp, because we were like, well, we don't want to leave the camp unexposed, and we saw people attacking, so our group ended up just staying most of the time, defending the camp, and then we ended up like splitting off into like small groups, basically. Like one group went there and then came back. Basically, we did turns kind of a little bit, and then at one point, I think it went quiet. We all went to that location to attack, and then someone I think was still at the camp or something, or died, because they were like doing something else.
I think it was a good teamwork between different clans. I mean, I've seen Hisp also sometimes going back for the defense. They told us they're taking care of it sometimes. I've seen Wicca with MT.
Well, yeah,
Or
I saw Wicca. Yeah, I saw
I've seen a
Wicca and
couple
a
of people
couple
always
randoms and
yeah,
odd people definitely come defend.
communicating it.
But it was also
We've
because I
seen
was typing in
when
chat.
we
I was spamming it in chat.
when we were on the, I've seen OG, like there was always two guys with the ram. I helped with the rams a lot to get them over and stuff, defending them. So I've seen OG helping everywhere. And we absolutely appreciate you for being in the right spot to defend that camp. There was that one big attack that's also
Yeah.
important.
Like
You
there was only once
but,
that we lost the camp, luckily, but we built it up really quickly.
but there were a
thankfully.
couple of attacks on it, and sometimes we saw that as well coming. And like then when we see them coming, going around on our radar, then we
saw the
communicated with
graveyards,
the other
yeah.
ones and on our voice chat channels. That's something you guys then probably didn't notice, that we were doing that in that moment. And then communicating, are you guys good there? Is that we have enough defense? Do you need more help? So it was not that we, didn't know that, and we could have,
Well, no, of course you
went
guys
back
knew.
all the time, but that would have
You
not
guys
helped the
knew.
force at the front.
You guys knew as well, yeah, I know. But like at the same time, we did see like the distance from everyone. So if you left on foot, it'd be really difficult to get back there to the camp on foot whilst you've got like
Mhm.
all those other guys already like flanked around. You know what I mean? So like it was very it wasn't like a bad thing. There was nothing really bad, anything about it. It was like, it would be great to use a horn or,
Have some
a
in-game tool.
drum, some in-game
Yeah.
tool to be like, enemy spotted on the radar or something, on the beacons that we have. Like someone starts
If you
battle
wanna,
drumming or something, or like a horn trumpet is
yeah,
calling up,
I
something
like
like that.
I like to have smoke, because in medieval time that was a thing that
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no one
far
used
away
smoked for
they
battles.
used.
Come on, man.
I was thinking about like
They
maybe the
used this.
beacons or something could be used for messaging.
They use special materials that emitted that kind of smoke, a thick smoke, to signal something from far away. Sure, they did put a complex message in it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So you could see that on the horizon, and that was a signal to something.
Yeah.
With
Of course,
drums,
like
sure.
beacons already have their own
drums.
beacons already have their own signal. Like if you
Yeah.
hear the flame, you even if they're not in the circle in your area, you can hear the flame go off. So basically, the beacon has two stages. There's the one where it's in your beacon network. You can see like the beacon sizzle, and it's already, you can hear the flame noise. Basically, it's like some sort of fire noise, like the standing torch noise. Basically, it's the same noise. But yeah, and then you have the second stage for it, which is it's in your beacon network, but it's also in your what's it called, in your circle, in the perimeter of the beacon itself, the range of the beacon. So then you see the fire. That means it's okay. There's enemies right there in your perimeter of that circle. So yeah, that already exists, but of course, not everyone looks at the map, if you get what I mean. And like you can hear the flame, of course, but like if they are outside of the beacon range, then there's a maybe like I said, a horn or a tool to alert your friendlies who are outside of beacon range, because you can't place a beacon near enemies, right? You can't place them near the structures, the enemy structures. So have something like that that allows you to do that, to call upon your friendlies to be like, they're flanking from the south, something like that, basically just to alert. I don't know, I'm just spitballing.
Yeah, we're going deep into that.
It's good though. It's something
talking
good
now
though. I feel
for
like it's something really
half
good
an
though.
hour about just that idea.
It's good though.
So,
I feel like it's a necessary thing that needs to be added in, just to help out stuff. But yeah,
timing,
what
exactly.
else do you guys have? Like Nielsen, come on, Nielsen, Rivali, you two sitting there chilling
Quiet
away.
guys in the corner.
Quiet guys,
Yeah.
come on.
Chilling away.
You're not allowed to do this, man. Not in my
they're
for
stream.
bringing good stuff in.
For
allowed to do.
communications, a different colored chat for highly important intel.
Oh,
like
yeah,
a Foxhole, you have red chat. That would be
man chat,
pretty
something.
key. Don't get shit spammed out. So people also, it's much it signals like your, I mean, at least for me, if I see red chat, like, oh yeah, I need to actually read the shit, while I see white stuff being popped up. Yeah, it's probably some guy making a meme. I'm not gonna read the shit.
Or tabs to click on, because if then one guy talks about his underwear, and then you trying to read other important stuff. Yeah,
That's why my alert
bit
messages
annoying.
are always in all caps. So you know it's important because it's alerting
Wow.
you.
Or you're 9 years old and need more attention than us. I don't know. Maybe it's
Nah.
that.
I always do that. That's the only way I can communicate, because people don't read the chat. People have the
That's
chat
not true.
minimized,
They
man.
don't.
They don't. Trust me. Amount of times I've had
They do
randoms
not.
in my town, and I spam like I type it in regular in town chat. You know, type it in regular, not all caps. They don't read it. Once I type it in all caps, they're like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see the chat," and then they see it. They're like, something
Nah.
important, because they trust me. It's big and bold.
If you only make all caps, then people can also ignore that, because it's sometimes harder to read actually when everything is all caps. What you could do is highlight something important that you want to say. That's all I'm doing.
Thicker
Like
layer of
if
glasses,
something
then.
really important, write the sentence normal and put only the important word in it, big. Then that's more like a highlight, If everything is caps, then it's like, oh, this guy's just needy for attention or something.
Nah,
That's how I see it.
it's nothing got to do with attention. I've always
just
done it
yelling
like
around.
that.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, look at me, look at me. I'm just
It's
kidding.
like yelling. You're
it's
just
more like,
yelling all the time.
Your camp is under attack. Yeah, that's what I'm yelling. But yeah, like,
Nah.
Intel chat is definitely needed for like important messages. Definitely something like that would be very helpful. But apart from communication, what other stuff have you guys got? Like, I don't know, it could be something relating to the city, the town, could be related to the market, stalls, the selling.
We talked about the bow, that it's like we talked about it earlier, but having we could go in our questions here as well. With the bow. Here, topic questions. Should this bow still need deadwood to be crafted? If not, what could we do to balance it instead? That's the question I asked.
Yeah, that
Are you guys?
What would
I think most people are not happy to see that I think most people are not happy to see that it needs deadwood now. But yeah, how else to balance it so it's not spammy?
I mean, bows aren't the issue. It's arrows, and arrows are pretty expensive right now. You need what, 4 or 5? I think it's 4 or 5. I'm not sure, for like 20 arrows. So to like make and you burn your arrows really quick. They barely do any damage. So like then making bows also that expensive. It's overkill, really. Like I don't really understand why the devs see the need to implement these drastic increase in resource. Like for the reinforcement supplies, it's now at the first time it was 20 times more expensive, 1 deer meat into 1 supply, but they doubled it up to what now, to 2 supplies per deer meat. Like all these price changes are not like 20% more expensive, but like 10 times or 3 times or 5 times more expensive, which is just, I don't know, it's too much too fast.
What do you mean by 2 supplies per deer meat? I thought the reinforcement supplies were all like 1 silver coin or something like that, wasn't it? Like
labor supplies, yes. So for your
reinforcement, even though like that, wasn't it like just still 1 piece of meat?
Yeah, 1 meat for 2 respawns. I mean, it's not that bad, but
you mean 2 barrels, not 2 respawns?
No, 2 pieces of you get 2 tickets to respawn per deer. And that's just one example, really.
Was it? Wait, hold it. That seems
wrong. Mind blown right now.
It's correct.
I feel like something you've maybe missed out or broken.
No, it's actually very much correct, because in the beginning it was one meat or cabbage or whatever the fuck into 1 reinforcement supply, not a barrel.
We carried those supplies on us directly. We didn't have barrels or anything. Those supplies that we put in the camp at the Big Fud. That's multiple people carrying a couple of stacks.
I guess I did not check that out from the last test.
Yeah, you were busy. All kept yelling in the chat.
Yeah, I was busy, man. I was busy typing away to make sure you guys cross and not fall into the river, right? Neil, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm messing.
The river ate me.
The river ate you. Yeah, it had a nice dinner. It ate I don't know how many flasks it ate, but
I had a full inventory of leather on me
yeah, that
and
was
4K silver. So
that was a lot of leather. But anyways, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I guess
bows. That was just a question with
I
bows.
guess bows. I don't know. Bows seem decent. Like I don't know. I don't mind the difference on crafting of bows. I feel like it's kind of nice, good balance to make sure people don't bow spam. Like crafting arrows, anyways. I feel like well, Nielsen said it's hard, but I don't know. I don't think it's too difficult. Like the only painful thing to craft is I mean to get is the feathers because you have to wait for feathers.
Nah.
Whilst you can
Or
technically just
yeah,
just make a buttload of chicken farms and just like there you go, just more feathers, you know. Like
yeah.
the only of course painful thing of course after that is also then getting the chicken feed to get the feathers for
huh.
that. So that's like the only long process whilst everything else is
I
just
think
get wood, get plank, there you go.
yeah, I think
Flint,
the
and then you just
planks
get some flint, you know, just that's it.
the planks seem to be the least annoying kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
But
right.
I think
it's
the
definitely the
flints are for me personally. We have always a lot of feathers, ready for arrows. I agree with you. You have to wait till they regen.
I guess
That's true.
you don't use
You don't,
enough.
you don't go out and hunt chickens, of course, or ravens. They also trip feathers.
I guess you just
But
don't use enough then. You should make more arrows.
It depends on
No, we're
what
fine,
day it is in the wipe. Like
we'll
early
see
game,
flints.
you're gonna have more flints, but like your
Yeah.
second or your third day, like the bigger settlements, they have like, I don't know, 40, 50, whatever chickens, and that's like, if you keep your feed going, that's a lot of feathers you have income, but that's not something you have straight away. And on that point, it's where the flint becomes the bigger cost, really.
Yeah.
Because we have an admin room now, which is demo access only. Because too much time we see randoms going out with like 60 arrows and going to kill a bear. I'm like, no,
Did
stop that.
did they take a shield at all? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, like definitely tell yeah, we've always told people as well to never go out with bow and arrow if you're hunting. It's just sword and shield, man, that's all you need. Or just a
Yeah,
shield.
it's sadly, and that's another thing we could talk about weapons, right? It's just the meta right now. This the
Yeah.
shield and sword. I cannot see it anymore. It's so boring. It's everybody. Of course, the shield is great because you can block off arrows. I mean, now talking about battle and hunting. It's even in hunting. It's good to have a shield now with the crows, raven. It's just we need something more. There's so many ways they could do it. Like a two team, like maybe one has a shield and then the other one. Okay, I'm mentioning shields again, but then another guy have a spear or something, and if he hits from behind,
Yeah.
he does like double the damage, like some kind of team up thing, right? Or shield and spear. That could be another thing. Or a two-hander that has some kind of ability to do something that a shield,
and spear
cannot.
sounds really good though. Shield and spear definitely is definitely like
Yeah, probably
necessary.
OP because range and
I don't
shield is
think
always
so.
OP,
Like
but
I feel like it's still up there.
yeah.
Like the shield and spear would be a great method of just changing it up a little bit because then you know you can spike
Or different types of shields, and then maybe a spear can only have like the small shield, not the big one. From
Yeah,
the
or like
size, anyways, it looks
bucklers
like
or
a what?
a buckler.
bucklers, like a
A little
small
Buckler
one.
shield.
smaller
Oh
smaller
yeah
shield.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that's true.
But just weapon-wise, like, and what is with the two-hander right now? The axe. What is it
Yeah.
good at? Like, does it have more range, or does it do damage against shields? Like you said earlier, like it has to have something to
Well,
not have a shield against arrows.
You know the tier
moment.
1 shield allow people with spears use the tier 1 shield, but because it's kind of like a buckler if you think about it. It's like a smaller wooden one than the big shield. So
But isn't it just sad to not see, like, in every other game you would see some kind of guy with a two-hander weapon kind of flanking around or being in a second line and pushing with there. Like, you don't see that at all anywhere in the fight, right? It's so
Or
sad.
like a dagger guy, or like
I've seen
more people with light
with,
armor because it's just heavy. It's always heavy armor, and then like, well, you can't use anything other than a sword and a shield with heavy armor. So
You're
might as well just use
limited.
that.
Yeah, or like a bow. Like you just see bowmen and shieldmen, and that's it. You don't have any. Well, I don't know. I've seen people with broad axes. I've seen it like people with broad
I've seen
axes
them.
come up a
Not-
couple times. Of course, they have it.
not in a
A
big
spare
battle.
sword and shield on their back. in their pocket, just waiting there. But I have seen it because like it has been helpful a couple times. We have used it on a previous test before. Just someone in the back, just from a distance, smacking the front because it has a little bit of range. The broad axe, it has a little bit of range where you can smack something. So it hits their shield wall and breaks them faster. Technically,
But
just a little
let's
bit.
admit it. The last couple tests, we haven't seen it really in a big battle, and I
Haven't
think
seen it
I've
often,
talked even
yeah.
with Brandoid. Also talked about it in the chat or something. Why, that needs to be fixed with the weapons. I think he's also a bit upset about that. Two-hander weapons need some kind of buff or.
Yeah.
I think I wrote those or some stuff, but yeah, that's just the disappointment there. Make it more fun. That's what I'm missing in this game right now with weapons.
All right. What about you, Riley? What else you got? What opinionated point do you think?
I think
added?
mounted shooting or mounted weaponry should be improved. Like I feel like it'd be cool to have horse archers or
Horse
throwing
archers.
flasks.
I'm not sure about horses. Ugh, can't even speak. Horse archers sound a bit overpowering, but I don't know. Maybe.
Well, like I think like maybe different types of bows because there's only one bow. I feel like a long bow or like have like a really short bow that would be faster shooting but slower damage or lighter damage.
Or it spreads more like or more damage. Yeah, I thought of this as well, like having different kind of bows. Longbow can shoot pretty far, but takes a lot more stamina or something, or
that'd be probably good for defense then. That'd be like really great for just defensive kind of a.
Yeah, and the short bow.
Yeah, speaking of defense, like the like more stuff that's not bows for defense. Like I think we've tried throwing rocks and stuff, and it's kind of works.
We haven't yet used them properly though. I think because not that many people hug the wall as often.
Yeah, because there's not really a reason to hug the wall because there's no standing rams, there's no any way to get into the gates.
The other reason is because we can't use our shields up as well. Remember, like you can't you can't put the shield up to block anything. Like no archer, like an archer could just kind of roughly aim down or almost aim down whilst you can't, so it makes no sense. So I feel like that's definitely a good reason to then use the rocks, to throw. Like we have tested them before. They of course hurt very much, but but yeah, like I don't know, definitely some sort of like spears aren't great either, like to throw at the enemy because they're too slow.
Or some kind of stun mechanic. I mean, sure, not stun for 5 seconds long, but if you was in another games, I think Valheim was it or something, where when you block in the right moment and
like a parry,
the other guy gets like stumbled over or something, like could have something like that. I mean, some games have kicked where you're kicking. I think kicking is annoying, but
that seems
just kicks the guy off his shield, Yeah, should not be annoying too much, but
that's too much. That's not this type of gameplay.
Yeah.
Next, you're gonna tell me now I can roll. What is this? Flipping
No,
Dark Souls?
No, I didn't say that. I did not.
With iframes.
Yeah, for real, man. My guys are like, you're gonna just see a whole battlefield of people just rolling towards you. It's like, what is going on here? It's like
that sounds like ancients.
What? So just everyone just rolling around. It's like, okay, cool. This is great tactics. Like, you can't get me, Archer. It's like because I keep rolling. Now that seems the adding a parry would be a bit ridiculous and.
But you oversaturated now with the barrel. Okay, let's face it. You added that in to distract from it.
That's what I thought. That's the same thing what I thought though. I just thought of a Dark Souls game.
There's many medieval games. I mean, you cannot parry right now in the game, right? It's only the shield. That's why it's OP.
Yeah.
So
just right click and smack.
If you cannot parry, then it kind of sucks. Like the fighting is just holding left click.
Maybe like other weapons have a little bit of a buff towards that where they can break the shield much better.
What many people also say is like not many, but some were throwing that in. Have a button where you have, there's another suggestion that also has some votes with having different ways to use the weapon, like a bow shooting straight or shooting over some targets.
I'm gonna
or the
throw my
weapon
axe.
can
Yeah.
do a fast hit, a strong hit or a fast hit.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that could make it fun as well, more different. Yeah.
No, it could work. What do you think
I think,
about of like the map terrain right now? I feel like, do you think it needs adjustments at all? Anything like that? Do you think
constantly.
my bridge that I suggested? Hold on, let's see if this works. That area.
Oh, it's
You
going
see
through the
that?
picture.
Yeah.
I mean, the bridge in the east.
I feel like that
Very.
needs a bridge. Like it shows there's something there, but there's nothing there.
What? Wait. Oh, I'm not there yet. Wait.
Oh yeah, they should add bridges. Like every river point should have a relic bridge, but I also think that a relic
like this is
bridge
the only way to
should
get
be
up there.
killable.
Yeah, because like that's the only way to get up there. And there's like, I don't know. I guess this ain't too bad if there's no bridge here, but I guess make a man-made one here. But this should have like some sort of connection, because it makes no sense how this is only one connection. Whilst here on this side you can cross
Yeah,
here.
it's strange.
You know, you can go through here perfectly fine. Here maybe need some sort of connection. But yeah, like
I get
something
down depths.
to
Or just really shallow water where you don't drown. There's
yeah,
some points
or
like
something.
that.
Yeah, some shallow water. Maybe yeah, this place maybe needs like to be a swamp, like a swampy area where you can cross or something like that.
That's
That'd be,
something I think people also said, like biomes, different biomes.
yeah, like
I mean, I'm pretty sure the north is gonna be snow again, right? Like with Foxhole, the
yeah.
wardens were forced
Oh,
to live in snow forever.
Yeah, look how many mountains you guys got. Of course, there's gonna be
Yeah.
snow. Like, or maybe it's terrain height. Maybe depending on if they do it like that, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Like,
Upper
the
height.
higher
What
you
is that?
are on a mountain or something, the more snowy it gets, or a hill. You know, the colder it gets. The temperature is difficult to live in.
Fantasizing now
Yeah,
about the
fantasizing.
game,
You
the
know.
future.
Just
Yeah.
live up here, man. Don't worry. Just go to all the way to the north.
What really needs to change now that we have these big bases? We're already struggling now to see, like, oh, where can we build? You know, with this long, big, we need more flatter. Maybe not more flatter air, but yeah, it needs to be suitable for the size of settlements we have now, right? It feels like there's not so many places where you could build a big one.
We're like limited, yeah, to the I think the limitation, yeah, is
I haven't seen the whole map, but on our side of the map, we have to see where we're gonna set down this time.
Should explore
Our place
more
was
then. Try out new locations, Necron, huh?
bruh. Yeah, I know. I don't have a problem with that. But just saying, yeah, there's a change now. Maybe the map needs to change as well as again.
Yeah,
they also need to add the resources and more spots. They scout that most, like that. I can definitely say I personally have scouted 60% of full remnant terrain, and only like a fifth of the whole map for for at least for us, has like resources like twigs and stone nodes or animals. I don't know how much changed in the last tests, but there's not that many spots that have that much, like, all the resources you need for a base.
Well, you guys live on a hill though, right? In that area.
Yeah,
right?
for us it's fine, but like, I've scouted other parts of the map, like, and a lot of times the only thing you see is trees. Not only trees for, like, if you walk 5 minutes in any direction, you are not finding a single twig, rock, or animal in some positions, and that's also kind of an issue for getting other spots, just because there's no materials.
All on the top of a mountain with the years. Like, oh no.
That might be just because of the trees, though. I think that's just the trees block the spawn, maybe, or something like that.
No, it's actually like full on flat. It's like it's similar area to what a normal, normal spot has, just without resources, with the exception of trees or fish, maybe.
Yeah.
It might have changed, though. I haven't scouted out the entire random map in the last 4 tests. This info dates back from the one test before the last major, which is early December, I believe. But wasn't that much there, to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely needs like some sort of maybe quick look over in certain areas, because I believe even that island connector between the north and the south on that east side the only way you can cross has like, I believe, like not that many resource spawns. Of course, like understand maybe the tree spawns is not, is done on purpose, so there's not that many there. But I don't know, maybe like add a single resource spawn there, just so there's something available there for people maybe to make some sort of a interesting town or area there. But
you mean the river delta island on the east, on the remnant side, or
hold on, I will show you in a moment if I change it again. Right there, this one, the Fly River one. It's like very limited on the what's it called, the amount of like resource spawns here, but like I don't know, I feel like it needs a slight
oh yeah,
improvement.
there's not much over there. I know just like the bottom of the peninsula or the island where EGC the Frenchies based up on there, that's on the major, that has a bunch of resources, but everything else, especially central and east of that island, is like barren like a desert.
Yeah, it's very that's what I'm saying, like I feel like maybe those areas then maybe might be rich in something else, like other resources, than if they don't have the base resources or something like that.
Yeah.
I know, like sand. give me
What are you
sand.
making with that?
Yeah, I'm making sand castles now. This is how I'm defending my fort. I'm gonna make sure you get blinded when you come to my town.
Well,
you cannot see nothing. I'm gonna make a sandstorm.
And you use manure to hold it on together, and then we smell it from far away.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like I'm gonna use the natural resources of everything, just
dead
to make
fish.
make me defend. Dead fish, yeah. Gonna fling dead fish at you.
Oh, that's pagans.
That's the only way, man. Like you gotta make it interesting.
Yeah.
Add something. Add to it.
We're now at 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think I don't want to wrap it up for you guys, but I think I'm.
You gotta head off. Yeah, I think I'm gonna as well cut it off on there as well. Thank you, anyways, guys, for joining in. It's actually a nice, interesting chat we had. But yeah, till next time, I guess. See you guys from then point onwards, and thank you for everyone who joined in and added comments. I didn't probably read most of them, but not like most of them I guess I skipped over, but yeah, thank you.